Top-ranked Steubenville turned away every challenge this season and has marched into the finals for the third consecutive year with the hopes of a whole lot different outcome. Clinton-Massie's journey from Clinton County, riding its powerful old-school running attack and big play defense in quest of its third state championship. It's Steubenville against Clinton-Massie for the Ohio High School Athletic Association Division IV state title. Next on Spectrum Sports. Two of the most dominating teams in Ohio over the last decade meet this afternoon to decide the OHSAA Division IV championship. It's undefeated Steubenville against once beaten Clinton-Massie here at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. Good afternoon to you. Tim Bray, Richard Skinner, Marissa Canapelli will be with us just a little bit. She's on the sideline. Two storied programs in Division IV meet here this afternoon for the title. And Richard, both of these teams have been tested, especially last week in the semis.
Weren't really tested much in the regular season, but certainly last week. A win over Shelby for Steubenville that got them here, and they had to really fight to do it. An even tougher win, obviously, for Clinton-Massie having to come back to win their game against John Glenn. They were down a couple of different times, and they actually won with a touchdown pass and then a pick-6 return. The touchdown pass tied it. The pick-6 return is what got them the win for a team that doesn't know much about the forward pass.
That is for sure. Let's take a look at how these two teams made it to the finals. And the Big Red eliminated undefeated Shelby and Akron, coming from behind in the fourth quarter to advance. And then Clinton-Massie eliminated John Glenn in Hilliard. And the Falcons knocked off two unbeatens on their way to the final game. Well, the Big Red is back in the finals for the third consecutive year. In the semis last week, well, in the fourth quarter, they scored both of their touchdowns on fourth down, Richard.
Yeah, that's big. All you're looking sometimes is maybe just convert for the first down. They did far more than that. A couple of big backbreakers that got them that victory.
All right, here is some pregame thoughts from head coach Reno Sukoc.
It's going to be a very good football game, and the bigger, faster, stronger, more flashy team doesn't always win the game. It's just who performs that night, so that's what we have to be focused on.
Talk to about our star to watch from the Big Red, and he is their talented senior running back, Jake Bernard.
Yeah, he's the guy that dots the I for them, and they're a little more balanced, in fact, a lot more balanced than Clinton-Massie, but to have that balance, you got to have the runner. Jake Bernard, about a 1,500-yard rusher during the season, now over 1,600 for the year, but they can also throw it a little bit as well.
All right, let's talk a little bit about Clinton-Massie now, and when you think of Clinton-Massie, it's all about the running game. Let's dust off the 8mm projector from the early 80s.
Black and white. No. We're going further back. We're going black and white film for this one, man.
Darrell Royal, Texas Longhorns, right?
Yeah, a little bit of wishbone, and they just don't throw the football very much. Woody Hayes would be proud. This is complete. 3 yards in a cloud of dust, and the fact that if you pass, three things can happen. Two of them can be bad, although when they've thrown it a little bit, they've done okay.
I think Woody said that once. All right, let's talk a little bit about this Massey team. And my goodness, in the semis, CM went to the air, believe it or not, and they scored in the fourth quarter twice. Luke Richardson just willed the Falcons to victory.
Yeah, he had 2 touchdown receptions, then this pick-6 3 minutes after he had scored a touchdown, the one we saw a moment ago that tied it. This is the one that decided it, made it 28-21. They held on for the last 5 minutes to win it. He's got 18 catches on the year, 12 of them for touchdowns, plus that pick-6 as well.
The Falcons have 2 state championship trophies, one a third. Here's Coach Stan McSorley.
Got a lot of confidence now in the program that, before 2012, a lot of people said, it would never be done at a school like us. And once we accomplished that, I think some of the younger kids, especially the junior high kids, the kids that we have now, were back in junior high then, and now they believed, okay, if these guys could do it, why can't I?
The main focus of the Falcon offense is our star to watch from Clinton-Massie, All-Ohio senior running back Christian Point.
Yeah, one of 3 guys in the backfield, but he is the heart and soul. 30 rushing touchdowns for him, 1,400 yards. But as we mentioned, they run it a bunch. They've only thrown the football 41 times the entire season, so they do like to run.
Well, all eyes will be on the trenches as this one unfolds. Steubenville and Clinton-Massie coming up in the Division IV state title game right after the break.
The 2017 OHSAA State Championships are presented exclusively on Spectrum Sports by Toyota. Let's go places. By Nationwide Children's Hospital Sports Medicine. When your child needs a hospital, everything matters. By American Dairy Association Mideast. Fuel up with chocolate milk. And by Spectrum, redefining what a cable company can be.
Two former state champions meeting this afternoon in Division IV. A tradition-laden area here in northeastern Ohio. Tom Benson Pro Football Hall of Fame Stadium and the Pro Football Hall of Fame. What a gorgeous facility, complete renovation. And here come the Steubenville Big Red. And they have looked to that Youngstown Mooney game as they run out onto the field here at the Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium for this championship game. They believe that put them in the finals. And here is Clinton-Massie, and they beat Coldwater in week 2 and felt like, okay, they knew what they had. And then the #1 seed, Valley View, to get into the tournament and get past Valley View and on to the finals. Well, it's a picture-perfect day here in northeastern Ohio, and you couldn't ask for better weather. 48 degrees, the wind out of the southeast at 5 miles an hour, and it should be sunny throughout the afternoon. It's a great pleasure to be here for this Division IV state championship game. And let's go to the sidelines, and third member of our team, here's Marissa.
Well, guys, the last time these two teams met came in week 2 of 2015. Steubenville coming away with a 37-18 win. Now, if you ask Coach McSorley, he'll tell you that the game was a lot closer than the score indicated. But regardless, he was very happy that they decided to travel across the state to compete in that game. He wanted his players to see what it would be like to compete against one of the top teams in Division IV. And especially for this current senior class who are sophomores in this one, they took a lot away from that game. Luke Richardson, Weston Trampler, Trey Utrecht, 3 of those guys who saw significant time against them 2 years ago. Coach McSorley said that now these senior class, they know what to expect, what challenge is going to be in store for them today, and guys, they know what level of intensity it's going to take to win here this afternoon.
All right, thank you, Marissa, and no question about it, this is going to be a trenches game. And one of Richard, our great friends, is Dave Lapham. He calls them the road graders.
It really is, and it's going to be fun to watch because there's not a lot, with all these spread offenses anymore, you don't see a lot of point of attack football. You see quick release, spread the field, get it out of the quarterback's hands. This really will be who wins those few yards, or actually few feet, in between offensive lines and defensive lines. So while Steubenville is balanced offensively, it still is a trenches game for them as well as it is for the run-oriented team from Clinton-Massie.
2015, the only time these two teams met. They met in Steubenville, and it snapped the Falcons' 38-game regular season winning streak back in 2015. But that game was 10-6 in the second quarter.
Yeah, and as Marissa mentioned, I mean, 3 guys from that game are key members of the team now as seniors. So it's one of those ones where you tell them, look, hey, they're good. They're here like we are, but we're not afraid.
Here's the run-up and the kick, and we're underway in the Division IV state championship game. Penaway from the 5, and he will bring it up and find a little running room at the 20-25-yard line, and that is where Steubenville will put it in play. 1st and 10. We got a flag right away.
It's got to be in the block in the back area, back at around the 21, so they're going to start probably back at their own. It's going to be a hold to start back at their own 10-yard line as we see our official, Brad Huntley, the referee for today's game. The rest of his crew, Pat Montana, the line judge, Chuck Caskey, the umpire, Willie Sumlin, the linesman, Tim Costello, the line judge, Paul Manfredi, the back judge.
On the return team, number 15, first down.
So they'll move it back to the 10-yard line, and that's where Steubenville will come out with Javon Davis, the senior quarterback, third-team All-Ohio. He is 5'9", 165, and he has played in this game for the third consecutive year. Of course, they lost to Hartley 2 years in a row, state runner-ups. This is their third chance at it. Long count to start this first series and first game and first play. And it is behind the line of scrimmage is where they bring down the ball carrier, Jake Bernard. Let's take a look at the offense first, and it is senior laden across that offensive line. Only one junior, Keontae Holmes at left tackle.
Lawrence, a second-team All-Ohio. Demetrius, a third-team All-Ohio selection.
They're loaded, and there's your backs and receivers. Seniors throughout. It's an honor to be a starter at Steubenville. So it's second down, and call it 10 yards to go for a first. As Davis spreads them out this time, and he will roll the pocket. Davis sets his feet. He's got a man, and it is going to be caught. Whoa, what a great catch. It's outstanding. Johnny Agresta with a catch, and he takes it all the way almost to midfield. They'll mark it at the 47.
Agresta started on the outside. They had a receiver in the slot. The slot receiver ran it out and up. Agresta ran a post. You see him right in their picture right there. Crosses the face of the corner, Garrett Trampler. Pretty decent coverage at the end with the closing speed, but great concentration to hang on to it and get him out of the hole.
37 yards on the completion, the third play of the ball game. So it's 1st and 10, still in Steubenville territory. Bernard off left tackle. He gets the edge. Gets a first down and more, and he'll take it all the way down to the 30-yard line. And the Big Red are hitting them in the mouth right away, going around the edge. Let's take a look at defense for Clinton-Massie, as this team has got a lot of seniors as well, especially on that defensive line. 2 seniors and 2 juniors.
Myers, a third-team All-Ohio selection, and the linebacker Utrecht, a first-team All-Ohio selection.
And he's a good one. And in the backfield, Luke Richardson has 10 interceptions, and I'm sure they'll go away from him. It's another first down carry for Bernard, who breaks a tackle and breaks free. He's at the 10-5, touchdown. Touchdown from 32 yards, and Steubenville has cracked the scoreboard.
Ran right through Trey Utrecht and Tyler Beam. Both of them had great cracks at him, but he got the pad level low, and Steubenville 90 yards right off the bat on their opening drive.
Wow, and the big one was that 37-yarder, the 37-yard post pattern, but it is a splendid drive for the Big Red. So they'll try the extra point, and Ian Phillips. He's a swimmer, he's a soccer player, of course, and left-hander, a left-foot kicker, and only a junior. 6-0, trying to make it 7, and does. That was a really spectacular opening drive.
Couple of big plays, the juggling catch obviously by Agresta, and then watch the run right here. Watch him, he's going to run right over 2 guys, the last guy being Utrecht. That's just getting your pad levels low, and then a final futile attempt coming at the end from Jeff Passarge. But that's with a head of steam, and you're not going to be able to cut him in that circumstance. So Steubenville looked like they were in trouble, Tim. Got backed up by the penalty on the kickoff, got stopped for a yard loss on first down, and boom, they come right out of the hole very quickly. Now for Clinton-Massie, you are a run-oriented team. It is what you do. They've had their crack. Now it's your crack, so you just do what you do.
Well, today's keys to the game are brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. For all Toyota offers, go to buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Yep, keys for Steubenville is take Clinton-Massie out of that comfort zone. Make them throw the football. Get them in 3rd and longs, and take care of the ball. You don't need to turn the ball over in a game like this. For Clinton-Massie, can't get behind the chains. You can't get in those 3rd and longs, but also don't get greedy. Don't try to get something on 1st and 10 or 2nd and 5. Keep yourself for your first down makeable. Maybe take a shot on 2nd and 1s, 2nd and 2s, but don't get too greedy. Because what you do is you line up and you usually overpower teams.
Looking at Dalton Wolf, he is one of the 2 return men. Very important for Clinton-Massie to get a sustained drive here as this ball is picked up by Richardson short, and he is tackled at the 32-yard line, but not bad field position for the Falcons as they will come out with their first series of the ball game. Corey Stoltz is the quarterback. He's a junior.
And you look at those, you're like, oh, what? He's only played a couple games, right? That's a full season's worth. He's the only guy on the team who's thrown a pass this season.
And that's a game's worth of passes in these days, but only 41 attempts.
I like the percentage, though. 12 touchdowns on 21 completions. That's pretty darn good.
Yeah, that is for sure. 7-0 Steubenville as we're playing here in the first quarter. Division 4 in Canton. And the first man through. And no, they kick it out, and the ball is loose. And Steubenville has got it. Oh, the Christian Pointer could not fall on the football, and it is recovered by the Big Red.
Tried to do too much with it, tried to catch it on a hop, and that second hop took a bad one. And the man you're looking at, Gino Piro, is the guy that picked it up for Steubenville.
Not a good start.
The pitch looked pretty good, and then it was just bobbled, and it looked like he just tried to do too much with it. Then that second hop got him, and nice hustle by Piro to dive over the top to recover it.
Wow, just like that. First mistake, first turnover of the ball game. And Davis, unbalanced line. Bernard behind him in the backfield. Once again, a long count, only 5 on the play clock. And they'll hand to Bernard up the middle. He's got running room, and once again he gets into the second level for the Big Red, down to the 15, and they will call it a first down.
Thought they might come with a play-action pass that time on the quick turnover, but this just pulled the two guys from the left side around. I'll tell you, he gets that pad level low as they go very quickly on the first down play.
Yeah, they do it down to the 13-yard line, make it to the 12.
It's funny because you mentioned a couple of their counts have been very long counts at the line of scrimmage. That time, try to mix them up. You think you get them into a different cadence and a different tempo. Now changing personnel packages.
They gained 1 on that play, so it's second down and 9. Agresta comes to the near sideline and gets set.
Now he's going to look over to change it. They were just going to see what kind of look they got if they change the personnel package. Instead of under center, out of the gun with a 3 wide receiver set.
Joe Suckock is the offensive coordinator. Davis by himself, and he will barely get to the line of scrimmage. And that time, Clinton-Massie ready for it. Utrecht with the tackle.
He and Beam both staying at home on that. Nice job. Nice call. I like the quarterback draw call. As you can see, they pulled one of the linemen, I believe Tyler Eli, the left guard, pulled around to try to lead, but he couldn't get out in front of him because of good penetration from the 2 linebackers. Now big third down stop opportunity for Clinton-Massie.
They'll run trips to the wide side of the field on 3rd down and 9 from the 14-yard line. This is after a turnover on the first play by Clinton-Massie. Ball in the pocket. Firing end zone, right near the end zone. It's a completed pass. Agresta picked it right off the turf, and we got a flag right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, this might be illegal formation.
It is a motion against Clinton-Massie.
Yeah, no, not motion, because if you can't, that's illegal formation in this case, because in high school football they will stop it if it's illegal motion. So they'll get illegal formation on that spread offense, probably a receiver uncovered.
Illegal formation on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Actually, 3rd down. It should be 3rd down.
Steubenville averages 68 yards in penalty yardage per game.
He said 2nd down, but it should be 3rd down. It was a 3rd down play.
And it's 3rd down.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
He heard me.
Sure. No way.
He knew.
All right, they've got 5 in the package this time, and they put a man in motion. Davis looking for the end zone. Firing. Touchdown. Whoa. Alec Taylor for the score. Touchdown, Steubenville.
Great throw rolling left by Davis. I mean, he dropped a dime in there. Dalton Wolf had the coverage underneath. Richardson, the free safety, was trying to come from behind. Here's Richardson right here. He tries to get over there in a hurry, just can't get to it. Wolf can't get to it, and just dropped the perfect pass in there. Nice throw on the run for Davis. So 3rd down. You mentioned last week they converted 2 4th downs into touchdowns. That a 3rd and long they convert into a touchdown as well.
Boy, this is a quick Steubenville team. And Coach Reno says they're not as fast as they were last year. Phillips for the extra point with 8 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the first quarter, and Steubenville has taken a 14-0 lead here early in Canton.
You got to trust us like we trust you. We trust you to execute anything we call. I don't care if it's 4 die. I don't care if it's over.
You get the sense they are up in the bit.
Who wouldn't want to play for that, man? I love that.
You know, and the fact is, this is the 3rd consecutive year they've been here. There's no Hartley this year.
Yeah, and that's a good point. And obviously, you know, part of it too is you grow a senior group sometimes that's just their time, and maybe it's just this group's time. Now Massey, it's their time to try to answer, because they've run one play in this football game. You've run one play and you're down 14-0. That's a tough spot to be in.
Yeah, Ian Phillips has got it teed up, and Clinton-Massie will receive this kick. They flip-flop their return guys. But Richardson to the near side with 8:15 to go. And they will be an up man, and a pretty good lick right there as they take it up to the 37-yard line.
Yeah, Desmond Smith put a pretty good pop on the guy you're looking at. Man, oh man.
Yeah, so let's take a look at the offense now for Clinton-Massie. The Falcons go with one sophomore on that offensive line and one junior, the tight end Seth Schmidt, among the backs and receivers.
You know, the thing for Dan McSorley here is, I mean, you still have to do what you do. It's run the football. Just get a good drive together here. And you feel like you're just right back in it, despite the fact you got punched in the mouth right off the bat.
Can't afford any turnovers, that is for sure. They bring Schmidt to the near side.
Unbalanced line left.
Yeah, they flip-flop them, and they will try the second man through. Not a much at all for Christian Pointer, who has 1,400 yards on the season. Let's take a look at the defense for the Big Red.
Big Clinton Moore in the middle of it. He is a first-team All-Ohio player.
Yep,
first-team All-Ohio
wrestler
selection.
too. Yep, big kid. And you got 2 seniors and a junior. Lula, the middle linebackers, the junior, and Randy Mitchell among all those seniors in the secondary. No gain at all on that play. So second down. This looks like old school. Handoff is just buried. Pointer tried to counter, and there is nothing there.
Marlon Lawrence, the 6'1", 280-pound tackle. They put somebody on the nose. That's Quentin Moore we talked about a moment ago. But then Marlon Lawrence plays the tackle spot. He just whipped the guy across from him up front, got great penetration. So now here's that uncomfortable zone that we talked about. 3rd and long for a team that doesn't want to throw it when you're making them throw it.
Couple state titles for Coach McSorley in his 23rd year, still doing it just like he did in that first year.
Last 12 seasons, 139-16.
Pointer in motion. Stoltz is going to throw near sideline, looking for Richardson. Got him! 5th, down to the 40. Adjusts, makes one man miss, still on his feet, down to the 10-yard line.
He's still not down. He's still not down.
And they will roll him down inside the 5. I think it's going to be right around the 5-yard line. They will say he will be at the 4, 1st and goal, and there he is.
I'll tell you, that's a great throw. I mean, this ball dropped right over the top. The double coverage gets there late. Pirro gets there very late. Now watch the end of this run. Here he's going to wind up landing on a couple of players. You're going to see it. He's laying on them. So he's still not down. Great throw.
So they mark him at the 9 and not the 4.
They did mark it back, but I think he was down further, Tim, because I don't think he was ever down.
I don't think he was either. And so they said it's still 1st and goal, and that is Weston Trampler.
That was a one-man route.
Yeah, the Falcons are going to run about 6 different backs in there. Trampler, Rudy, Pointer, Collingham, Beam, maybe Dalton Wolf too. I mean, they have it by committee, even though Pointer's had 1,400 yards. Mark it at the 7.
Going unbalanced line to the right, just a guard and a tight end to the left to the center.
Here comes the blitz, and Pointer's got blockers in front of him, but there's the speed of the Big Red. He got there in a hurry.
Really nice play. Alec Taylor's in there.
He's playing both sides.
Tried to go complete student body right. They went unbalanced line to the right, pulled guys from the right, and tried to lead it on the total old Southern Cal student body. But you're right, the speed defensively is what shut that down.
Coach Reno, 35th year, 380 wins.
I do like it when they say you can call him Coach Reno. That makes it a lot easier, right?
Suckouts. Stoltz the throw. Going to go in the end zone. He's got his man. And a touchdown. Touchdown far side. And that is Seth Schmidt.
Yeah, the tight end. I mean, he got a free release on a passing situation. I'm surprised the two pass routes got as open as they did.
Did you see the smile? Coach McSorley with just a little half smile on that one.
2 for 2 for a team that doesn't throw it much. Long gainer and a touchdown. Now, that's just too easy. Randy Mitchell, who was the boundary corner, and then Jamal Petway, the free safety, couldn't get there.
Carlisle to kick the extra point.
Skinny, I'm going to start with a freeze, so just throw up and two.
Up and good, and Massey comes storming back. That was a good drive.
It was a great answer. The big pass play to Richardson really set it up. But again, two routes that really weren't hard. Here's the tight end. He's just going to come up and go to the side, and you'll see the safety back here, the corner here, that for whatever reason they just lose him. Watch the free release. Nobody touches him. Free release to the corner. Easy play.
Well, they took it from the 38-yard line. Their own 38, got good field position, and Stoltz dropped it over the middle.
I mean, you can't give him the free release like that.
So Dan McSorley has not thrown the ball much at all during the course of the regular season, but they have balanced it out just a little bit in the playoffs. That's the 5th playoff touchdown pass by Corey Stoltz.
Isn't that something? He's now got 23 completions on the season, 2 in this game, 13 for touchdowns.
And it was set up by that long run and catch and run by Richardson.
That's good composure for Clinton-Massie, though. I mean, you'd run one play, the fumble, down 14-0, and you answer big time. Here comes a little squib kick.
57 yards was the yardage on the Richardson pass play and catch. And it will be rugby style down around the 35-yard line, so that's where it'll be 1st and 10. And we're going to kick it deep, that's for sure. But Richardson, last week, just a remarkable game as he accounted for all 3 scores against John Glenn.
2 touchdown receptions and then the game-winning pick 6 with a little over 5 minutes to go.
And he set this one up to get back in it, 14-7 as the Big Red have the lead. So from the 35, 4-man line, and there's Bernard again, and that big offensive line is winning the battle right now for the Big Red.
Well, a couple of times when they've been in the I formation, they've taken the tight end, Tyler Arselik, and he has gone from the tight end spot on the right to a wingback spot on the left. It moved Dalton Wolf with him, and then you'll see he pulls. He's the puller on the play. And it takes one of the linebackers, Wolf, to some degree because he chases him, and that's his responsibility out of that play when they pull him back.
5-yard pickup. It's 2nd down.
Starts on the wing left this time to start. Now he's coming in motion, bringing Wolf with him.
It's man-to-man all over the place. Davis with time and with an open receiver, and it's a catch at the midfield stripe. And once again, Alec Taylor hauls it in.
See it again. You'll see the receiver, Taylor, right here. Wolf is the guy. He comes in motion, comes back, then Wolf ends up blitzing, and he just goes in the cleared-out area. There's Wolf. You'll see him blitz up. That's just man coverage on the outside, just too doggone easy.
1st down at midfield. Fast-moving quarter, 4:10 to go. A touchdown lead for the Big Red. Davis.
Straight run.
Yep, left side, got a man, and that block sprung Davis, and he was able to elude everybody, but Griffin Lake makes the tackle.
Not the best tackling so far for Clinton-Massie. You'll see another missed tackle coming through right here. Part of it was, you're right, a little bit of a block on Utrecht, as pulling around that time to make that block was Elijah Demetrius, the center, third-team All-Ohio pick.
All they need is 2 yards for a first down, and the playbook is wide
open.
Absolutely wide open. See if they take it. Going to run to the right side. Here comes the blitz. Caught! Oh, what a first quarter for Alec Taylor. He catches another one.
But another perfectly thrown ball by Javon Davis. Man-to-man coverage on the outside again. Garrett Trampler thought he was going to run deep. He broke the route to the sideline. Perfectly delivered. I was wide. He delivered that well before he came out of the break and delivered it on the money on time.
Davis.
Touchdown.
Got a man. Got a score. Touchdown. Alec Taylor again. They are just absolutely eating up the secondary with this combination.
Well, they're in so much man coverage, and they're just saying, look, you better get some safety help back. I know they're trying to stop the run. It's a little bootleg, reverse bootleg action. Good job setting his feet, and he saw the pressure coming right at him as Lackey, a little late coming down there to get him the safety man. Just couldn't get over in time.
3:11 to play, first quarter. Second touchdown throw for Davis. This one goes to Taylor, who's had 3 catches on that drive.
Blocked.
That was swatted away at the line of scrimmage.
I don't know if that was Richardson coming off the edge. I think it was.
Yeah, Richardson came off the edge, and he got a piece of it, and that might be huge.
All right, here's the touchdown pass. He's going to come with the reverse bootleg action out, knowing he's got man coverage on the back side of this. And watch the delivery on the other side, the top side, excuse me, of it. You can see he just runs it straight down, almost down the number line. And that's the safety who just can't get over there, Lackey. And here comes Utrecht. Bam! And he saw it coming.
Davis is a tough kid.
Yep.
He is.
Especially when you're staring that down.
And just able to get it done. And here's the thing about Taylor. Taylor has had 3 touchdown passes coming into this game. And today, in this first quarter, he gets on the board with one, and he also essentially is the main target here in the first quarter.
Yeah, they're going to have to start mixing up some coverages and try as hard as they can to maybe win the battle up front with 5 or 6. And then if you're Steubenville, you start to see that number game, and then you go back to your running game, and that's what the good balance helps them with.
Taylor with 4 scores on the year, and this one gives Steubenville a 20-7 lead. Here's the boot. And it's going to be picked up and fallen on at the 21-yard line.
It was Wolf.
And it was Wolf who juggled it a little bit. Let's say, and there's a flag on the play, by the way. And while we sort that out, let's go to the sideline. Here's Marissa.
Yeah, guys, well, while the Steubenville offense has been on a roll, the defense has been fired up on the sideline. They didn't like giving up that score to Clinton-Massie the last time around. In fact, the defensive coaches were getting into the defensive backs a little bit. Actually, Richard, echoing the same exact message that you were saying, that they cannot give up that easy pass play to the tight end. So look for this defense to come out strong here. Like I said, they are fired up on the sideline, haven't allowed more than 22 points all season long.
It's first down.
So half the distance to the goal. Thanks, Marissa. And Clinton-Massie is going to be backed up after the penalty. Clayton Sheehy is flagged for it, and it's all the way back to the 11-yard line.
Tell you what, Tarvion Crawford came down on the special teams that time when Wolf juggled it, and he was about a step away from maybe scooping up the fumble before Wolf could get it. Big play.
This time, Stoltz just carries it himself out to the 14-yard line.
Now, Massey hit the big pass plays on the last drive, the long one to Richardson and the touchdown pass that Marissa was talking about that the coaches were telling them not allowing that free release. But I think they need to slow this game down just a little bit if they can. Easier said than done because they didn't run the ball very well on the last drive. That's what forced them to throw it. But she just needs to slow down, take a breath, because Steubenville is doing anything they want offensively.
They're at warp speed right now.
Unbalanced line to the right.
Pointer in motion. Going to hand it. And that is your fullback, Cody Collingham.
And that's an interesting play. You don't see that out of an option team a lot of times. That's actually a design run to the fullback. That's not the belly series where he reads. No. He comes down the line, and then it's a designed handoff. You just don't see that a whole lot. But here's a third down, 3rd and 5.
Last week, the Falcons converted only one time in a dozen opportunities on 3rd down against John Glenn.
I mean, they were outgained by John Glenn, 415 to 189, and found a way to gut out a victory.
Wishbone, here's Pointer, trying to get to the edge. A little stutter step, and that cost him.
Boy, nice job. That's a really good tackle on the outside. Here's the toss. And again, that speed of the Steubenville defense you talked about, Tim. Nice job coming up from the secondary by the boundary corner, Randy Mitchell.
Randy Mitchell is very fast, only a sophomore. And now it's 4th down. We expect to see Thomas Myers, the punter. But Soltz is calling the signals right now.
He is. But Myers is in there, obviously.
Number 9.
Yep, now he's going to drop in punt formation. Now they got to get somebody. They had somebody come in late. They got a lineman who's coming in late, Sam Brothers. And they had to take a timeout because of the play clock was down to 3.
Piro is back to receive, but we get a timeout first on 4th down and 2 with 1 minute and 9 seconds left here in this first quarter. And Steubenville and their fine quarterback, 3rd-team All-Ohio, and Javon Davis has really dominated this football
He's had
game.
A great quarter. I mean, they put him in some real tough situations where he's either rolled left, sprinted left, or on the reverse bootleg going left. And he's a right-handed quarterback, and he has dropped some great passes in there while doing that.
5 for 5 and 109 yards as you look at the Big Red All-Ohio players, and Davis right in the middle of that. Quentin Moore is just, he's superior on that line, and he plays both ways. Coach Reno has had a juggernaut for a few years, my friends.
Don't think you'll see a fake, but you mentioned Stoltz is actually the up back, the quarterback. He's the personal protector, number 12.
They kick it or throw it deep and nearly blocked, and this one's going to bounce at midfield and go out of bounds. But boy, the Big Red nearly got that one.
I'll tell you what, if Andoni Demetris had laid out, I think he blocked it, but he's trying to avoid roughing the kicker there, and sometimes discretion's the better part of valor. You still get good field position, but he was right there where if he had laid out, I think he got it.
62 ticks left here in the first.
Here it is again. Watch, if he lays out,
oh yeah,
I think he's got it.
You may see that later in the game.
But great field position for Steubenville.
From the 49, their own 49, there's Bernard. Right up the middle. What blocking and a 9-yard pickup. Good tackle by Tyler Beam for Clinton-Massie.
Yeah, that big offensive line. Marlon Lawrence, the 2nd-team Ohio selection. Tyler Eli. Keontae Holmes, the left tackle, the center, Elijah Demetris, and then the right tackle, Ruben Saxon, are just doing a fantastic job up front.
Well, we said right from the top, who's going to win the line of scrimmage? So far, it's been Steubenville.
See if they take a shot here on 2nd and short off play action.
Taylor has been the main man, and he goes in motion, and there once again is Bernard. And Jake Bernard, who averages 135 yards a game, is having a big first quarter as well.
And Tim, this running game is right between the tackles, just a straight fullback or tailback isolation. There's the fullback, good lead block on Utrecht, the linebacker. And they're going to take it to the end of the first quarter, and a great start for Steubenville, and Clinton-Massie's got to find some answers in a hurry.
Well, they got into the end zone, the Falcons did, but Steubenville with the turnover and 2 big scores on either side of picking that ball off the turf, as they have scored 3 times here in this first quarter, and we have reached the end of quarter number 1 here in the Division IV state championship game. It has been dominated by the Steubenville Big Red. They're in the tournament for the last 3 years and showing it. There are 20 seniors on this Big Red team, and one of them is Alex Taylor. He's had a masterful first, and so is Javon Davis, who's 5 for 5, perfect in that first, but Taylor was his main target.
And a big quarter, and a big reason why Steubenville has that lead, and they're knocking on the door for more, about 10 yards from the red zone.
I'll tell you what, I think the whole city of Steubenville is here.
I'll tell you, it is a heck of a turnout.
They have there is a sea of red across the way.
That first quarter, Clinton-Massie negative 2 yards rushing, and that's what they do. Wow.
What a scout. There's Bernard, tripped up at the 30. Good job by the Falcons to get a handle on it.
As Utrecht, who's the inside linebacker, looked like he kind of scraped from the outside, did a good job getting around any block, and quickly to the line of scrimmage comes Steubenville trying to get him in a substitution change.
Bernard's going to get it again, and he whacked on the far sideline. That was the safety, Griffin Lake, I should say. That's a strong one.
That's Utrecht coming down the line of scrimmage on the first one. There's Lackey coming down the second one, the safety. And that's what they walked an extra one down in the box that time.
Well, this is the first third down and long for Steubenville in the ballgame.
Well, since that touchdown. Remember, they had the third and long for the touchdown, but they haven't had very many of them.
Right, exactly.
Little zone, extra zone coverage. Going to put some help behind this time.
Davis draw. Yep. Oh, it's wide open. 20. First down. What a read by Javon Davis.
Yeah, good play call. They actually caught him in a two-deep zone. Lackey had gone back and played a hash mark with Richardson, the two safety men, and he sees the numbers in the box. You see a great job pulling around up front by big fella, the left tackle, Keontae Holmes, 6'5", 270. He pulled around and led the way for the first down.
It was wide open in the middle, and it's a first down at the 18-yard line.
For just a second.
5 for 5 for that first quarter by Davis. He's going to throw. He's got a man right over the middle, down the seam. Oh, what a catch. Touchdown, Steubenville. That was big time from Johnny Agresta.
That's when you're running the football the way they are, and Clinton-Massie's played so much man coverage. The play action pass leads you in man coverage. He just runs a little bit of a skinny post. The catch was the thing, though. One-handed. Good delivery, but watch the one-handed grab. Put the right hand up, tip it to yourself.
That's spectacular. What a great effort by the senior split end. He had the game-winning touchdown a week ago on a screen play. And there is the extra point. It's up. It's good. Nobody's stopping Steubenville right now.
Nobody's stopping Javon Davis right now, that's for sure. Got the big run on third down on the quarterback draw. Now 6 for 6 passing. Watch the hand. One hand. Tip it to yourself.
That is the third touchdown pass catch of the season for Johnny Agresta.
And the third touchdown pass of this game for Javon Davis.
Yeah, Davis has just been sensational. And I don't know if it was said or anything. I certainly didn't hear it, but the Big Red have got, they have to feel like, okay, we've been here twice. We've lost by 6 total points 2 years in a row. It's our time. I mean, you got to feel like that's what you're hearing from that sideline.
This game is they've got 11 first downs to 1 for Clinton-Massie. They've outgained them 232-63. And as I mentioned, Clinton-Massie, which is a team that on the season rushed for 4,279 yards coming into this, has -2 to this point.
27-7 is your score, as Steubenville has scored in the second quarter, and they will kick yet one more time as Ian Phillips has it teed up on the 40-yard line. Falcons had decent field position last time off the kick. They'll need it again here. Massey with a little pooch this time, and it's at the 32-yard line. And got some room at the midfield, got a block. This may go all the way for Garrett. Yes, it may, and it's a touchdown for Garrett Trampler.
Well, Garrett Trampler's the guy that just got beat on that touchdown pass. How about that for an answer?
Sophomore Garrett Trampler, his brother Weston, also on the team, but it's the sophomore that gets into the end zone. He got one big-time block.
He did, but watch the cut right there. He sees it, and when he did, there's nobody home. Good kick here, and you'll see the last one by Utrecht there. Not sure he really needed it, but a nice job by Utrecht nonetheless. So Trampler just got beat for the touchdown on the one-handed catch, and he answers.
How about Garrett Trampler?
How about Clinton-Massie? Now, they're getting dominated, mind you, and yet you look up, and it's back to a 2-score game very quickly.
That's what Clinton-Massie did to John Glenn last week.
You're right. Got dominated. Outgained in that game, as I mentioned earlier, 415 to 189. And still won the game 28-21 to get to the state championship game.
Garrett Trampler.
The thing is, though, Tim, right now for Clinton-Massie, they've got to find some kind of answer defensively. Watch this again. This is just a short kickoff, and these are usually impossible. Here's our return guy who's going to come up here, and hit the seam.
This is 72 yards for the touchdown.
You can see all the guys at the top just couldn't get down. Good block there. Nice job kicking out by Weston Trampler to spring his brother, as you mentioned. Utrecht with the last block. Clinton-Massie now, but they've got to find something defensively. I mean, we've played barely a quarter and a minute and a half, and they've allowed 232 yards.
But on the flip side, they got 14 points.
Right. That's the part. You're getting dominated, thoroughly dominated. But you know that key third part of the game, special teams. And when things aren't going right, sometimes that gives you a lift. We'll see how much of a lift, because now that defense, which has gotten shoved around, is going to be back on the field.
Petaway, one of the kickoff return specialists for Steubenville. And he will catch at the 9. 20. Puts his head down and gets to the 25-yard line, and that is where the Big Red will start 1st and 10.
And I really don't know what the answer is, Tim. I saw them. They went to a 2-deep look on that third down play, and they ran the draw because they outnumbered them in the box. When they've gone man, they just don't have the speed to keep up on the outside. We've seen that. Running the football, Steubenville's dominated the line of scrimmage. Maybe you start to send a couple of extra run blitzes just to try to get first down to be yours and make it second and unmanageable for Steubenville. That hasn't been the case to this point, though.
They'll come out and spread.
There's Wolf, a linebacker at the bottom, walking up.
Little pitch play this time, and there's Petaway trying to turn the corner, and he's out of bounds.
First time we've seen him run option. That's the speed option play. No read to it, just down the line. All he's looking is at the end. When he didn't see anybody there, said, hey, you're the faster guy. You take it.
Tyler
Here
Beam on.
Yeah, he does see the end. I take it back. I did not see that. He did see the end who walked up. That was Weston Trampler who threw that block for his brother on the kickoff return. And here goes Steubenville again. Big chunk on first down.
Yeah, they got 9 on that play. Straight eye this time. Very conventional, 3 in the package. And they're going to Bernard. Runs into his own guy, but bounces off 1, bounces off 2, and up to the 47-yard line. What a run.
He has twice run over the first-team All-Ohio linebacker, Trey Utrecht, 40. They pulled Tyler Eli. Now watch this. Watch the first contact right there. That's Utrecht and Lackey both. And they're right back to the line of scrimmage. I would be, too, the way you're going.
46 is the line of scrimmage, and there's Bernard again, and he is stacked up this time. Good effort right there. Utrecht in the middle, and he had help. And it was Sam's brother.
He is hurt.
Yeah, he's holding his right leg. Might just be a cramp.
I don't think it's that.
I hope it's just a cramp. So there is a timeout for an injury. 2nd down coming up. And they'll get 2nd and 11 when we return. 9:58 left here in the first half. 27-14 Steubenville. Back in a minute. Welcome back to Canton. Tom Benson, Hall of Fame Stadium. 13-point lead for the Big Red. And they will have a 2nd down and 11 right from about their own 45-yard line when we get back to action.
Just looked at Jake Bernard. He just threw his helmet as he went and sat down. They helped him over to the side. They're looking at his left leg, threw his helmet, then slapped his right hand on the training table. So you know that that's a frustrating thing. Look at the
unbelievable
undefeated and untied seasons. Isn't that something?
Yep. And
how about 1930? You weren't scoring on them in 1930, apparently.
No. And this would be their 21st all time. But here's the crazy thing. They've been playing football in Steubenville since 1897.
That's awesome.
And they've been dominant. I mean, they have been dominant, and including this year, undefeated, 14-0, trying to make it 15-0. Caleb Mitchell comes in the backfield for the running back Jake Bernard, who went out on the last series. And there is a handoff to the fullback, Jonathan Blackman. And I think Clinton-Massie's seen that play before.
A little counter to the fullback, and nice job by Thomas Myers to come down the line of scrimmage from the end spot to stop him. So here they are in 3rd and long again. On one of the 3rd and longs in the first quarter. We'll see it again. You'll see Myers, left side of your screen, just work his way down the line of scrimmage. Not fooled at all by the counter action. They've converted 2 of these 3rd and longs, one for a touchdown, and then the last time on the draw play, hit Myers, and I think they just jumped off sides. So instead of 3rd and 11, it's going to be 3rd and 6 because Myers jumped off sides.
Yeah, the line judge has made the call. He dropped the flag, and Clinton-Massie's going to get
ball, encroachment
5 yards against him.
On the defense, number 9.
Changes things.
5 yards, 3rd down.
3rd and 8 now.
And for those that are watching and you're saying, well, wait, he didn't hit anybody, he got back. In high school football, once you break the plane, here's Myers right here. Once you break the plane, which he did, the flag comes out.
It's all on the quarterback. Great cadence by Javon Davis. He's in the gun again.
Single high safety, man across otherwise.
Rolling to the left, and he could throw it well this time, and it is incomplete. Tried to hit Jones out here.
That was pretty good coverage that time, but I'll tell you what, it's the first bad throw Myers made because it was nowhere to being close to being caught. Jeff Passarge with pretty good coverage that time on Johnny Agresta, and maybe forced the first punt of the game, although no indication yet. Here's the rollout. You'll see right there coming at you, and he turns around, throw high, but Passarge had pretty good coverage. They're showing like they're going to go for this.
4th down from midfield.
Try to get him to jump maybe, get a cheap 5, and then get a 4th and 1 and go for it. Play clock under 9. Now he's going to punt it. He's backed up into
Davis is the punter.
Yep, short punt formation.
And he's going to boot this one, and this is going to roll. And it's going to roll inside the 20.
Oh, that's perfectly done.
And a beauty for Steubenville. Let's go to the sideline now. Here's Marissa.
Yeah, guys, Jacob Bernard has been continued to get evaluated by the training staff on the sideline. I've been told it's doubtful he will return to the game this half, but they will take him to the locker room, continue to evaluate his status. They're looking at a lower left leg injury as of right now. Questionable to return to today's match.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, I guess the good part is it doesn't sound overly severe. So
good point.
Well, Clinton-Massie's kind of weathered the storm, although now they're backed up with terrible field position. And they've done nothing on the ground. Still negative 2 yards. It's been that way since the end of the first quarter because this will be their first offensive snap of the second quarter.
They put it at the 5-yard line.
And they got him to jump. I think there's a bunch of different people. That they might get the nose guard, the big guy, Quentin Moore, but there were a couple others. Looked like they were coming with a linebacker blitz.
So the officials will confer.
Or maybe not. Maybe they got the offensive line. Oh, they got the line to flinch.
Dead ball foul. False start. Number 51 to the offense. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
That's Spencer Branham, the left tackle.
Wow.
I thought the nose tackle Moore made first entry into the neutral zone. Let's see it again. You'll see the left tackle across from you. Well, it looked like Moore flinched first. That was a great shot down the line of scrimmage. It looked like Moore came across before the tackle moved.
So it's back to the 2-yard line.
7-man front.
Power and tripped up his Pointer as he tried to get around the edge.
I think that was Agresta, the outside linebacker, who just got enough of him to trip him up, almost got him for a safety.
Just enough. So Pointer has not had the start he's wanted for Clinton-Massie. Here's a guy that averages almost 7 yards a carry.
Well, they're just getting dominated at the point of attack.
Exactly.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, it's what we talked about in the first quarter. The game is in the trenches.
Tell you what, I'm not so sure I don't play pass and try to hit Richardson on a deep ball if you see man coverage out that way. And they've got it. There's a little safety help, but he's way inside.
And Jones is there, and they will hand off. And this
Davis down.
And there is a play. That is Pointer, who was down.
Yep.
He fumbled in the first quarter.
On a pitch.
Yeah, that was a different story.
Ball carried by number
So out to the 6-yard line, and it comes up 3rd down.
That's our longest gainer of the day, Tim, a 5-yard run. Think about that. That's the longest rush for Clinton-Massie so far. There you see the disparity in what they do offensively. So if you're wondering, this is a run 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th type team. They're going to run it.
618 times during the regular season. But they may throw it here.
They're going to take a timeout.
And a timeout wanted by Clinton-Massie. And so Coach McSorley, who's got his Falcons in the title game once again. They have never lost a title game. They've got 2 wins in back-to-back years, and this year they've won 6 in a row after their loss in week number 8 to Goshen.
At the time, an undefeated Goshen team.
Yeah, 33-31. That was a field goal with no time left on the clock.
That was a Goshen team, too, and you know, you look back on it, again, it was only lost 33-31, but that's a Goshen team that's a Division III team as well, made the Division III playoffs, made it to the 2nd round. And there you see the last 16 seasons. That's right, 16 straight playoff appearances. They've averaged 10-plus wins and 1+ losses in that time frame. That's a heck of a run.
Dan McSorley said that he watched Darrell Royal's videos, and you can see him on YouTube now, but he said he had his 8mm projector, and he projected those tapes on his refrigerator.
That's awesome.
And on that refrigerator, he found his offense.
Yeah, it's not quite the true triple option wishbone, but it's part of what they do, because we've already seen it here today.
Yeah.
They're not in it all the time, but they're in it enough.
It's their base offense.
And they're going to come out in that wishbone right here.
And they've had it for 23 years.
Tell you what, I'm going to go double Richardson, because if they're going to run a pass route, well, maybe they'll slip the fullback out in the flat now.
Got to throw it. McSorley still with it. Going to fire it near side and just throw it away.
Well, they're going to get him for grounding, I think.
Oh, they are. And
that's going to be a safety. If that's grounding, that's a safety because he threw the ball in the end zone.
He did throw in the end zone.
That's going to be a safety.
Grounding against Clinton-Massie.
I think, because I thought he threw that from the end zone. That should be a safety.
Clinton-Massie.
Intentional grounding
on
the offense, number 12.
And
because the play was in the end zone, resulted in a safety.
So Steubenville scores 2.
Well, you'll see it. There's no receiver in the area. Here he's going to come out. He's going to be way out this side. You see the route, double coverage. That's a great job by Steubenville. They saw what I saw. Basically, that was a 2-man route. They slipped the tight end across, or the fullback out the flat, and then, well, actually 3-man. No, that was a 2-man route because that was the wide receiver that he was trying to throw to, Richardson, who wasn't anywhere in the vicinity. This is going to sound silly because it is 2 points, but not the worst thing in the world because you blocked that 1 extra point. So it's still a 2-possession game, and now you get to punt it from the 20.
Instead of having to kick from your own end zone.
You know, I thought when they put the fullback in motion that time, they motioned him out, Tyler Beam, and he was out in the flat, but he was well covered. I thought maybe they were going to try to roll that way and try to draw the double coverage to Richardson, which they did, but then it was well covered to the other side as well. That's smart. I mean, they've run basically 1 or 2-man routes, and you might as well take a safety and bracket him.
So Stoltz not happy with the decision nor with the call. Jones will be the deep man.
And they're actually, this is I mentioned punt, but this is a free kick. You can either punt it or kick it off from a tee or with a tee, and they're going to choose to kick it with the tee. You'll see a lot of NFL teams punt it only because you get better hang time with it.
Some of the college guys will do it.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Well.
Yeah.
And so this time they will kick it off the tee from the 20. And he gets a good boot into it. Jones will take it from the 26-yard line. And looking for some opening. And got it to about the 41.
Not sure what he was doing there. Why would, I mean, it's kick a go north and south. Or in this case, the way the field is set, east and west. Yeah.
Well, maybe he's watched too much Steeler tape.
Try the Le'Veon dead leg.
Yeah. See them on Monday night in Cincinnati. 6:57 to play.
All right, so the last defensive series, though, Clinton-Massie was able to force the punt. After they were dominated the first 4 times they had it. You see the numbers for Davis. That lone incompletion came on the last 3rd and long. And part of that is they won 1st and 2nd down on the last series.
So start from their own 40. Taylor in motion. And they will roll the pocket that way, go short, and they pull it out there to the fullback, and he's open, and there is nobody home, and that is a touchdown for Jonathan Blackman.
Ran the bootleg, the fullback just snuck out to the flat area, and then he did some fancy running on his own.
60 yards and the score for the senior.
It's funny, they run that I formation. He's the fullback in it, but he's not prototypical. 6'1", 185. We'll show it again here in a second. Here it is. Just slips out in the flat, and then watch the running ability.
Wow,
good
Taylor.
cut right there, and there's nobody there.
Taylor had a great block to spring him. So, you know, that's his 14th total touchdown of the year. 7 on the ground, and now 7 catches for scores. Boy, Steubenville is just exploded in this game, and tack on another one, 36-14. 60-yard catch and run.
Here's the fullback. He's going to come out this way to the flat after they go with the bootleg action, and nobody gets him initially. Slip right out there, uncovered, and then the running is the special thing right here. Got a nice block, as you saw. That's some good open field running.
Yeah, Blackman just, as you said, not their typical fullback. And how about that? The 2 points on the safety, and then a 60-yarder on the next series.
Yeah, I mentioned the safety wasn't the worst thing because it gave you some room to punt, but they're just gouging them with whatever they want to do offensively.
Javon Davis.
That is now 312 yards of offense in the first half for Steubenville.
Davis to Phillips, Davis to Taylor, Davis to Agresta, and now Davis to Blackman. Tack on 4 to his 22 coming in this season. So 26 touchdown passes for Javon Davis.
All right, now for Clinton-Massie. Remember, they deferred, so they'll get the ball to start the second half. If you can find some semblance of a drive, and that's saying something because they haven't found anything in the running game yet. Put together a drive, get the ball to start the second half, and work your way back in the game. But you got to find something offensively. They've not found it yet.
Steubenville scores within a minute, and they bounce this one on the ground and cover it well. So Clinton-Massie will take over from the 32-yard line, and on the Falcons sidelines, here's Marissa.
Yeah, guys, there's been visible frustration, as you can imagine, on the Clinton-Massie sideline. As soon as the offense came out after that last possession, Coach McSorley immediately went over to the offensive line. He's trying to get in their faces a little bit, get them fired up, telling them what they want to improve on. But I was really impressed with the leadership that quarterback Corey Stoltz was showing to the overall group, really taking ownership, saying, you know what, guys, that one's on me, that one's on me. But you know what, we have worked way too hard. Let's get back out there. Let's show them what we can do.
They sure do need to show it here at Marissa, no doubt. They'll start with an unbalanced line to the right. See if they come that way.
They have brought everything, and they will go up the middle this time. And Collingham takes it across the 35 to the 36-yard line, and that's a good first down play.
It is one of their more positive first down runs, but, you know, if he breaks a tackle, this is an even bigger play. This really wasn't a great tackle, just a shoestring trip up by Eric Lola. We've seen that a couple of times. They've had a hard time tackling, and they haven't exactly broken too many tackles. And you know they've done that during the course of the season, or they wouldn't be here.
7 carries last week for 29 yards for Collingham.
Another unbalanced line to the right. They have one lineman and a tight end to the left of the center.
After the 4-yard pickup, it's second down and 6, and there is Stoltz, and he gets the first down, and Petaway brings him down.
First time they've been able to run the triple properly. You saw the bad pitch on one. Stoltz does a good job. He's going to ride the fullback out, read the end crashes in, and if he doesn't stumble here, it might be a little bit more because he's got a chance to at least take on the guy that came up to make the tackle for Steubenville.
That is Petaway.
Petaway.
Yep, Jamal Petaway, the senior. Free safety. Plays on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, he's listed as 28 in the official program, but is wearing number 10 in today's game.
Marlon Lawrence, you saw there, taking his down stance, and there is Pointer, and Pointer for about 6, and the Falcons now have moved into Big Red territory at the 46-yard line.
And far and away the best drive, and it's not even much of a drive yet. It's only a handful of plays, but the most sustained success Clinton-Massie's had so far.
5:15 to play in the quarter.
Not just a design run. Collingham just missed the block. I'll tell you, he gets that block, and Pointer might still be running. It's just been a little bit here and there.
Utrecht now in there now offensively.
Unbalanced line to the left now.
And they'll pitch. And there's Pointer trying to get the edge. Got the edge. A little bit of speed and to the 35-yard line.
Good patient run. He waited for the left tackle, Spencer Branham, to make a play on Gino Pirro. Watch 51 out in front. There's 51. He just lets Pirro run by him, and not a great block, but he just did a nice job of being patient, waiting for Branham. Here's Richardson downfield throwing a little bit of blocks. And actually getting the corner turn. Nice shot there. So some execution now for Clinton-Massie.
11-yard pickup for Pointer down to the 35.
All right, they go back to a balanced look on this one.
Wishbone offense for the Falcons. And they'll go Pointer left side and a gain of 8.
Actually, no, Pointer was leading the block, and that was Tyler Beam who got the handoff.
My bad. Tyler Beam 20 instead of 30 going through.
Yeah, you'll see there's 30 out in front. Throws a nice block on Pirro.
So they got 20, 30, and 35 in that backfield.
And some of this is what Marissa talked about. It's just, honestly, it's time to just man up and go hit somebody.
To the 27-yard line, and a good drive going here on 2nd down and 2. And once again, they got a Beam, and he will get the first down.
Yeah, and that time he did break a tackle. They had him stopped up right at the line of scrimmage, and he got just enough through there. As you called it, got just enough for the first down. Now, if I'm Clinton-Massie, might slow things down a little bit. Here it is. You'll see him get stood up right in the line. There's not much in the hole, but he does a good job making himself skinny in the hole, lowering his pad level, and getting just enough for the first down. That's being heads up, knowing you don't have to make a big run out of that. I just need a couple. Give me a couple, I'll take it and get the first down. That's what he did.
Dan McSorley would love to see a score right here and finish off this drive. May take 4 or 5 more plays, but that's okay for him. Here's the pitch. Pointer coming near side, and he ducks in and finds a little bit of daylight down to the 22.
He had nowhere to really go. Quadri Williams, 33 the end. You'll see him. That's what he's trying to read off of. He played off a block. And then up from the secondary, DeJuan Jones, the field cornerback.
That young man's got 6 interceptions this season.
And when we talk about that, you'll see where the field corner is the guy that plays the wide side of the field. He's at the top this time. The boundary corner is at the bottom. Randy Mitchell, he plays to the short side of the field. Unbalanced line to the right.
Utrecht in there once again as Pointer finds a little daylight, but he is down right now at the 24.
Pirro just got lower. I mean, he's not a big guy, 5'8", 160. Pointer's decent size at 180.
I think you're being kind at 160.
Yeah,
but you know what?
I'm going by official numbers.
He's a tough football player.
That's a good call.
Yeah, it is for sure.
I'm probably 4 down territory here, so you don't need to be greedy. You need 4 in 2 plays.
They're in the red zone.
And now timeout Steubenville.
Yeah, 3rd down and, well, we'll call it about 4. Maybe a little longer than that. At the 19-yard line. So Clinton-Massie putting something together, but Coach Reno has seen his team with a purpose here in this first half come out and lead 36-14. I
mean, a perfect scenario is however number of many plays it takes you to convert this first down, either this one or the 4th down play, you take it, because then you're probably under a minute and a half. You want to take this to the end of the half if you can.
Coming up at the half, Dave Bacon will be speaking with Roxanne Price, Director of Compliance and Sports Behavior for the OHSAA, about the regulations for students who transfer schools and eligibility. We'll also have highlights and more. They're all coming up at the half.
You can see the setting. A nice sunset's going on behind us here. Just a beautiful setting where we are up in the box where we're broadcasting from. You can literally see over the top of the stadium on the other side where the Pro Football Hall of Fame is, and it's a gorgeous stadium and a gorgeous setting. It's even going to get better, Tim, because they're building some things around it.
Yes, they are, and they've got a hotel about to go in and a couple of other.
There's the Hall of Fame, the top of it. As iconic as it gets.
This is where it's happening. All right, 3rd down from the 19-yard line. Stoltz hands off up the middle, and there is nothing going on. Trampler is stop behind the line. Good effort by the Big Red.
He took some option steps, and it was almost like he tried to fake the defense out and then counter back that time, and there was nothing doing. So 4-down territory. Watch, he's going to take some option steps and then counter back. But I'll tell you what, Marlon Lawrence and Quentin Moore just plug things up in the middle. It's just hard to run. 4th down, and they'll go for it. You know, it's amazing to me how well prepared, and this is a credit to the coaching staff of the Big Red, because you don't see this offense every week. And they have just really done a great job. You have to prepare for it in a week. And now another timeout.
Great film study, and they got them to burn, so it's another timeout by Steubenville as you look at Clinton-Massie.
They came with an interesting look. They put Dalton Wolf in the game as a receiver, and he was lined up just off the right shoulder, about a step behind the tight end, Seth Schmidt. And I think the coaching staff saw that look and decided they want to make sure they're on the same page if they get that look again. I doubt they'll come back with this, but I think they were going to try to run something with Wolf, let Schmidt clear out, and then run Wolf to the 1st down marker, either inside or outside.
Well, Clinton-Massie and Steubenville both ranked coming in as the final regular season Associated Press poll. Number 1, Steubenville. They finished the regular season 10-0.
Clinton-Massie beat Valley View.
And they were 7th. And you talk about Valley View. They were the number 1 seed in southwestern Ohio. And Clinton-Massie looked at that game and said, that really propelled us. They felt like they had, okay, we have arrived. The Coldwater game earlier in the year gave them a lot of hope that they had something special. But that Clinton-Massie Valley View game was in the playoffs. What an effort all season long by those Division IV schools.
Coming with 2 receivers. Corey May now in the game. He's in the slot. They're on the short side of the field. See if they run a combination route with him and Richardson down to the bottom of your screen.
And Utrecht is in the ball game as well.
Yep,
he's
the wingback.
Yep, the wingback. Trampler is the fullback. Stoltz is going to throw it near side, and Utrecht didn't get turned around, and the Steubenville Big Red hold.
Well, they took the 2 receivers and tried to clear out and then throw it out in that flat area where Utrecht ran, but you're right, he just never got his head around. Pressure came. See the pressure come right here. He had more time than he thought, Tim, and that was still pretty good coverage on top of it. Not sure if he would have gotten the 1st down or not, because Johnny Agresta was right there in coverage. Well defended. I like the play call, but Skinny, nice job by Steubenville.
Skinny, you know how I like the game within the game. How about that matchup, Utrecht and Agresta?
Yep, he did a great job, too.
Yeah, in both defense and offense, and there is a punishing run right up the middle, and a good effort right there. It's Blackman tried to just take it over the center, and I mean, he's getting chunk yardage on 1st down.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I thought maybe if they got a good gainer there, they'd hurry things up. We're down to, as you can see, 1:10, only 1 timeout left for Steubenville. I think this is one, if you can pop a run, okay.
Davis, who's had a splendid 1st half. And he will take it, and he's going to get sacked. 1st sack of the ball game. Wow, Dalton Wolf swallowed him up all the way back inside the 20.
Looked like a bit of a bust, because it looked like they wanted to come out on a bootleg, fake the handoff coming towards Wolf. That guy would have picked him up. Instead, they went the other way. All Wolf had to do was come right off the line of scrimmage and chase him down.
It's a 10-yard sack.
I think if you're going to bootleg, I think the running back was supposed to go the other way on the fake handoff and even pick up the backside guy, or at least influence the backside guy. Wolf just said, "Hey, you're not going to block me. I'm coming after you."
2nd sack of the year for Dalton Wolf.
And the 1 second, half a second differential. I'm watching both the play clock and the game clock, and now a timeout for
Steubenville.
Yeah,
he's going to take his 3rd.
I mean, I'm surprised at that, because you could have taken the clock all the way down. Now, as goofy as it sounds, if you get a stop, Clinton-Massie could take a timeout, try to block a punt.
And they've been good on special teams this year. That's true.
You had 14 seconds on the plate. It was not synced up completely. I was watching them both. Maybe a half a second difference. But I think if you're going to take the timeout, let it burn down to a second, and then take a knee and call it a half.
36-14, Steubenville.
Because right now it's 3rd down, and if Clinton-Massie gets a stop, I'm taking a timeout and making them punt and see if I can get a punt block or a return on the final play of the half.
Big Red trying to polish off an unblemished season, and it would be their 21st. They are made a habit of getting to this finals down to Eastern Ohio. 3rd straight year. And 9th time they've been in the state championships overall. So here we go. 3rd
How about
down.
this? Empty backfield, 5 wide, looking at a 2-deep zone look. 2 safeties on the hash mark.
Need 14 yards for the first down.
This may be quarterback draw time. He's got them outnumbered in the box. They got 4 in the box with 5 blockers.
And Davis ran the draw before, and he'll do it again. And this time Utrecht is all over it, and it's 4th down.
And a timeout, Clinton-Massie. Well played. I mean,
9 seconds.
Go for the punt block now or the return if you feel confident you can set up a good return.
Anything can happen in 9 seconds, that is for sure.
That's why the clock management I didn't like from Steubenville. I mean, you could have taken that down to wherever you wanted to take it down to, or force Clinton-Massie to burn their final timeout.
Clinton-Massie, your final time.
So Clinton-Massie takes their last timeout.
I mean, there's nothing more dangerous than a high school punt, right, in football.
That's true.
I mean, you don't have professional long snappers who just never miss anymore. You don't have professional punters.
Although Davis stepped back and kicked a very good one before. And honestly, with 9 seconds left, well, I don't think he fakes it, to be honest about it.
Don't forget, one of the touchdowns in this game for Clinton-Massie came on a kickoff return.
Please reset the game to 10 seconds.
So they're actually going to give him 10, but here is the kickoff return, and it was just a little pooch kick, and Trampler took it all the way for 72 yards.
You know, part of this, too, if you decide to set up the return, a lot of times if teams think you're coming for the block, they don't go down and cover quickly.
Well, Garrett Trampler usually is the punt returner.
But Richardson's back.
Richardson is back at midfield, and he is dynamic, folks.
Davis not very deep in that punt formation. Going to go with the short pooch kick.
He's going to kick it.
It's going to be a return.
It's a line drive to Richardson midfield. Got a little bit of room. And he's got an opening. Richardson down the sideline. 1 cut, touchdown.
That's on Steubenville's clock management. I'm not going to lie to you.
52 yards. And that, I agree with you. Richardson, a dynamic player, has just given the momentum back to Clinton-Massie.
You called it, Tim. Line drive punt, and you're going to see the wall set up to the left. As soon as he makes this cut, watch all the blockers over here.
Oh, they're looking for somebody to hit.
Fence.
Oh, that was a great cut by Richardson. This is a kid that Coach McSorley says is the most explosive player I've coached since Drew Fry.
And don't forget, Clinton-Massie deferred, so they will get the ball to start the second half. How about this for maybe getting back in the ball game?
No timeout. No time left on the clock.
2-point conversion.
And McSorley's going to throw it, and did he catch it? No, it's incomplete. I would try that again. That is very good. A good opportunity. Schmidt just couldn't come up with it, but that is the end of the half. Wow, 36-20 is our halftime score after Richardson's 52-yard punt return for a touchdown. We've had a kickoff return of 72 yards and a punt return at the end of the half by Luke Richardson to bring Clinton-Massie back to 36-20. Whoa, it just right now got some emotion in this one, huh? All right, let's go to the sideline. Here's Marissa.
Thanks a lot, guys. Coach, the defense played well in the entire first half, but how difficult was it to allow a touchdown right before halftime?
Well, just some adversity we've got to overcome right now caused by just something that should never happen, but it happened. Now we've got to cover it up and go on from here, get to the next play.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right. Coach Reno.
It shouldn't have happened. I mean,
absolutely.
you controlled the clock situation. The timeout gave Clinton-Massie a chance right there, and to their credit, Clinton-Massie took advantage of it. So in a half where Steubenville dominated, outgained them 309-113. It's a 2-score game.
Quite a first half of football here in the Division IV state championship game. We're at the break. Steubenville with a 36-20 lead.
This is an exclusive presentation of Spectrum Sports, presented by Nationwide Children's Hospital Sports Medicine. When your child needs a hospital, everything matters. By American Dairy Association Mideast. Fuel up with chocolate milk. By Spectrum, redefining what a cable company can be. And by Toyota, let's go places. Now, the 2017 state championships continue live from Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium in Canton.
5 state championships between these two fine institutions, Steubenville and Clinton-Massie, and there's one on the line in Division 4 here this afternoon as Steubenville has a lead at the half. Tim Bray and Richard Skinner, and through the first 2 quarters, it has been dominated by Steubenville from the line of scrimmage, but boy, special teams has been big for the Clinton-Massie Falcons.
No doubt. I mean, the kickoff return for a touchdown and the punt return at the end. But early on, Steubenville getting some stuff done through the air. 2 touchdown passes from Javon Davis to Alec Taylor. Davis threw 3 in the first half alone. That's the aggressive one-handed catch for a touchdown. He was on fire, then threw the little short dump off in the flat. This was the catch and run for touchdown pass number 4. More credit right there to the run, though, than the touchdown catch, but still big first half for Javon Davis and that Steubenville offense. But special teams was huge. This the kickoff return after the aggressive one-hand catch.
This is going 72 yards down the sideline. Good blocking, and right back in it is the Falcons.
And then the poor clock management by Steubenville. They allowed Clinton-Massie to take a timeout, force a punt on the final play of the first half, and Jake Richardson, 53 yards. There's no time on the clock.
He's electric every time he touches it, and what a terrific return, 53 yards for the touchdown. Let's go to the sidelines now, and here's Marissa.
Coach, I know how big scoring that touchdown before the half must have been. How do you ensure that you keep that momentum here to start the second?
Well, I think the whole game right now comes down to how we take this first possession. We got the ball, so if we can establish some rhythm, we got some rhythm back right there before half. But we started the game in such a way you don't want to never start a game like that. So I feel good about basically right now our special teams are playing well. We're covering good. But right now the biggest key possession of the game right now is this opening drive. So if we can do something, establish field position, maybe force a break, a turnover from them, we can be right back in the game. We didn't panic. The kids are poised. We've been here in these big games before. We just got to go out and play and see what happens.
Your defense has been in a battle. What did you tell them at halftime, and what do you want to see out of them?
Well, we got some mismatches out there. We got to get a lot of pressure up front. So we got to play better up front. We got to get a lot more pressure on the quarterback to help out our back end. So we got to play as a team. But we made a few changes, try to give us a chance and keep them off the field is the main thing. So our offense has got to get it done. Our offense has got to be the best defense right now.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Appreciate the time.
Thank you. Yep.
I think Coach McSorley has it pegged. This is going to be the drive of the ball game.
There's the 2 special teams plays. The Trampler kickoff return we saw, the Luke Richardson punt return. Offensively, they had in the first half just 113 yards, only 48 of those coming on the ground for a team that rushed for over 4,000 yards during the season. And a big first half for Javon Davis, 7 of 8, 187 yards, 4 touchdowns. Don't forget, though, the running back, Jake Bernard, who had 95 yards on 12 carries, Tim left with an injury.
So Ian Phillips has it teed up. The Massey fans are excited, and so are the Big Red fans. 2 quarters to go in the Division 4 state championship game, and
They're
it's on the ground, and it's going to be a flag on the kickoff.
Yeah, there were about 2 guys at the bottom of your screen that crossed the line before it was kicked. Kicker kind of almost did a stutter step, and that's what threw him off when he tried to kick the ball along the ground. And I get it, they don't want another special teams mistake, but they've got one with a 5-yard penalty.
Well, they do not want Richardson to touch the football, but Massey wants Richardson to touch the football.
Yeah, you'll see it here. I mean, there was a couple of them that were offsides, but the stutter step is what really did it. You'll see right down here, one of these 2, I believe, is the guy, and you'll see the stutter step. Oh, actually, the bottom guy. My bad. There's a couple of them, though.
Yeah, the gunner on the near sideline.
But the stutter step is what did it. It just threw the whole timing off.
Boy, Coach Reno is not a happy camper.
Now, do you scooch it along the ground again? I assume you do.
And he's going to do it again, and it's going to be picked up by an up man. They'll flip it back to Wolf, and Wolf has got blockers in front and takes it all the way to the 44-yard line.
That was a really, really nice job by Weston Trampler. I mean, he not only scooped it, but made a nice pitch back to Wolf, and they got great field position. And as Coach McSorley told Marissa, it's the biggest drive of the half. You score on the final play on the punt return. You score here and probably go for 2. In a game in which you've been totally outplayed on offense and defense, holy cow, you're totally right back in it.
They only had 22 offensive plays in the first half.
13 first downs to 4, the disparity for Steubenville.
Well, there's Stoltz's numbers, 2 out of 3 in the first half. Remember, they do not throw the football much. And there is a huge play defensively. Wow, Marlon Lawrence could just absolutely swallowed up Dalton Wolf.
Well, there's so much attention paid to the nose tackle, Quentin Moore, that Marlon Lawrence comes, well, he just whipped the guy that time. They tried to get to the second level too quickly. Looked like the left guard, in this case, I think it was Chris Rowe, just tried to get to the second level too quickly and turn Lawrence loose. He said, thank you. Loose, I'll
9.
get you.
Wow. An incredible defensive effort by the Big Red and Lawrence to start this second half. Pointer in motion. And
nice job.
Oh, it's wide open for Stoltz. Makes a move, got the first down, all the way to the 41-yard line.
He took that out of the fullback's belly at the very last second, and now we got penalties flags going down. Is this on Steubenville for after the play? I don't know. Watch Stoltz here. He does a great job. He is going to ride the fullback out. Everybody comes this. He takes him out this way, and there is a huge alley. Watch the alleyway after he rides the fullback. Ride him, ride him, ride him. People come up field.
That's a great play. Here's the call from the field.
Here's maybe the extra. Is that the extracurricular?
Dead ball foul. Personal foul. Number 7.
Yep.
It's a 15-yard penalty from the end of the run.
Well, it's 24 on the run, and you tack 15 more on.
Gino Pirro was getting into it with Richardson, the wide receiver, right here. And then he just picks him up and drops him, and the official's looking right at it. You see Richardson, he knows the penalty's coming.
Composure by Massey. Now they move it to the 26-yard line, first down.
High formation now. You're going to break the bone, go with 2 tight ends.
Pointer is dotting the I. Stoltz the throw. Near sideline, going for Richardson, and it is.
I think he
caught it, then I think he picked it off. Did he catch it? He did. Richardson held on to the football. I thought Pirro may have had it in his hands as he went down.
I think they had dual possession of it, which means it's the receiver gets the dual possession, and then when he ripped it away, they called it a catch already. Let's see, dual possession. Ooh.
Wow, he ripped it right back.
I think maybe you rule that incomplete if you had it to do over again.
Oh, my goodness.
Great camera shot. I mean, you saw that. That was perfect.
No replay in high school.
DeJuan Jones probably had that as much as... And now a timeout for Steubenville. They need to get a little more composed here, and I think that's what the timeout's for. I think Coach Suckich wants to know why that ruling was the way it was ruled. And he's asked, you can see, he said the ball came out. That you saw what he mouthed, and he's right.
Coach Reno Suckich.
It's a great shot. I mean, you see it.
Yep.
Jones has it as much as Richardson does right there. He has it as much as he doesn't. Really, who has possession at this stage?
Well, it would go to the offensive player.
Yeah, sorry, Tim, you're right. Dual possession goes to the offensive player, but I'm not sure that was complete dual possession. I think that was just a battle for the ball that somebody needed to come down with.
All right, so on this series, 24-yard Stoltz run.
Yep.
Tack on 15, unsportsmanlike. This is a 19-yard catch by Richardson. It takes the ball to the 7-yard line, first and goal. And remember, Richardson scored on a 53-yard punt return touchdown on the last play of the first half. Crazy. So Richardson goes single coverage with Jones on him to the top of the screen.
Throw the slant if you want. You got plenty of room to throw it.
Bunch in the middle, and here is a touchdown for the Clinton-Massie Falcons. Wow, that was just like that off left tackle.
Tyler Beam.
And Tyler Beam takes it in for the score.
And a great lead block by Weston Trampler sprung it. Now, do they go for two? Because remember, they went for two on that last play of the first half. If they'd gone for one, they could kick it. Watch the block here by this guy.
Oh, wow.
Bam! Nice job by Trampler. Just took on the corner, Randy Mitchell, and pushed him out of the way. They will go for two. They have to go for two, really. I mean, I guess you don't have to chase points at this stage, but you went for two on that last play of the half, so they will go for the two-point conversion.
So Trampler with a big block there, and Beam scores for the second time this season.
They're missing somebody. They're missing a lineman, and they're going to have to probably burn a timeout down to 10, down to 9. They're going to have to take a timeout.
Spencer Branham is flying out onto the field, and rather than just get penalized here, they're going to just take the timeout.
We got ourselves a game.
36-26 is the score, and Massey will go for two down to the sidelines. Marissa?
Yeah, guys, to try to help explain what just happened on that last play, after Coach Reno had a lengthy discussion with the officials, he came over to his sideline, talked to his assistant coaches, and told them that he was told they ruled that play a fumble and that Clinton-Massie recovered the ball, and that's why they approved that spot right there. Also, to give you an update on Jacob Bernard for Steubenville, I talked to the training staff. He is in a jacket at this point, very emotional because he will be out for the remainder of the game. Very disappointing for the senior to not be able to participate in the second half.
They had a big first half, 95 yards on 12 carries. So they ruled it, I'm going to guess they ruled it a dual catch initially. Here's the play again. This is now ruled a dual possession, which
right
the tie goes to the offensive player. Now, as Marissa just explained, this now becomes a fumble, which obviously Jake Richardson pounced back on. Great explanation.
So Richardson goes to the wide side of the field on this two-point conversion. Stoltz is going to pitch, and here comes Beam again.
Great tackle.
Did not get the corner, and a great job. And the two-point conversion, no good. Randy Mitchell with the set tackle.
Boy, that was just one-on-one, me against you, and it was Mitchell who made the stop. Little toss, one-on-one. Beam against Mitchell. Mitchell gets low. That's as textbook as it comes.
So it's a 7-yard touchdown run by Beam.
And there's a psychology to this now. That, you get that to one possession. Obviously, it gets a little different both ways. Now it's still a two-possession game, so breathe a little easier. You get your offense back out. It feels like it's been a long time since Steubenville has really been on the attack. They kind of ran out the clock at the first half. Here's the touchdown again. Great block right there by Trampler.
Beam had 10 carries, 50 yards against John Glenn. It's kind of by committee. Pointer,
other than Pointer. I mean, Pointer's the main guy.
Right, but he was dinged up a little bit during the regular season, so they worked in a few more guys, and Beam's been in there, Wolf's been in there, Trampler, Collingham is your fullback. So the Massie Falcons now will kick off, and they'll kick it deep. Head away. The 4-yard line, drop the football. And he will find a lane down the near sideline and out to the 40-yard line. Wolf with the stop.
All right, here comes that Steubenville offense. They had a great first half. Ran it 20 times for 122 yards, and we'll watch the kickoff again. And a missed tackle is what sprung him right there.
Well, and Clinton-Massie kind of got out of their lanes, too. But Wolf made that nice
the funny thing is, you really didn't need to, even though he dropped it, but that happens so often. I don't know why. It's not like it bounced somewhere. It bounced right back up to him, for goodness sakes.
And sometimes just that little stutter will change the complexion of a kickoff return. That away with the pitch. And he goes down after 5. So it looks like he may be the guy, along with we saw Tavian Crawford and also Caleb Mitchell in the first half after Jake Bernard went out.
Speed option, he reads Trampler to the end. There's no corner on the outside of that, and it's an easy gainer on first down. Probably should have got a little bit more if he hadn't slipped down.
Getaway's a 5'7", 170-pound senior. Second down and 5. Taylor in motion. And once again, it's Penaway. He is just smacked at the line of scrimmage by Thomas Myers, the junior third-team All-Stater. He's 6'6".
Now they're going to bring an extra defensive back into the game and take a lineman out. Here comes Myers down the line of scrimmage from the right of your screen. Ooh. Nice job.
Yeah, that was a strong tackle right there.
Tanner Oberding in and took out the defensive lineman, Sam Brothers.
Loss of 1. It's 3rd down and 6.
Two deep safety look, trying to give those outside guys some help.
5 at the line of scrimmage. Here comes Davis. Davis for a first down. And the Big Red get an all-important first, and we get a flag in the backfield thrown by the referee.
Not sure what that was for, unless he gets Keontae Holmes for holding. I thought Keontae Holmes, 69, threw a good block, but maybe he held instead. I guess he did. No, holding on the defense. I was like, Keontae Holmes, 69, I thought threw a really, really good block on Tyler Beam to spring that.
I'm surprised that the referee threw that flag.
Well, he must have seen it plain as day.
Yeah.
Holding on the defense, number 20. It's a 10-yard penalty, first down.
That was the guy that got blocked, Tyler Beam, by the guy I just mentioned, Keontae Holmes. Here's 20, I believe, and Holmes is right here. He's going to get a good block on him. Let's see where the hold comes in. Yep.
Yeah, the officials start the play clock.
Yep.
And Davis looked to the sideline. Looked like he was going to snap it quickly. Blackman in the backfield with him. Davis to throw near sideline. Going for it all. He's got a man.
Nice play.
And it's incomplete. They tried to get the ball to Jones down near the goal line.
Garrett Trampler, who returned that kickoff for a touchdown, got beat in the first half by Johnny Agresta on that one-handed catch for a touchdown. That time did a good job to play the football and break it up.
Well, Jones has 23 catches coming in, and the senior nearly had this. Oh, yeah, great defense.
Nice job getting the head around and
got his hands up.
Playing the football.
You got to give it to the Big Red, going for it all. High formation from the 38.
Here comes the trap back the other way.
Second man through, and not a lot of room to run.
Yeah, they reset the tight end. They did this in the first half. He goes from the line of scrimmage to a wingback spot. Line of scrimmage right, wingback spot left. They pulled a guard and pulled him, the tight end, in a trap play.
Yeah,
we'll
this
see
is
him come around right here.
Penaway and Richardson got him right there.
But you've seen that play now about 3 times. I think the Massey defense was ready for it. They didn't get fooled on the trap action. So now 3rd and long. Stack eye.
2 for 4. And 3rd down in the first half. Now they'll bounce out of that stack eye. Penaway in motion. They're going to pitch to him. Got him in the helmet. It hit them in the helmet, and it just bottled up the whole play, and Weston Trampler was right there.
I like the call, though. They had a receiver to that side that they were hoping would run the safety man off, but Richardson, the safety man, came downhill in a hurry to help. You see Richardson, he's right here. He reads it. They were trying to clear the receiver at the top and bring Richardson with him, but Richardson came downhill, and the botched pitch didn't help it either. So 4th down in kind of no man's land. Don't forget the quarterback's also the punter.
Steubenville, they convert on 34% of their 4th down plays this season. They're going to go for it all. There's Augusta, and Augusta does not get it, and the Big Red cannot convert on 4th down. And so with 7 minutes and 31 seconds left to go, Clinton-Massie will get the ball back when we come back. 34-26, a 10-point game in the 3rd. Welcome back to Canton. The OHSAA State Championship Football on Spectrum Sports is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. For all Toyota offers, go to buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. Just an outstanding day for football here in Northeastern Ohio. In the Division IV championship is a 10-point game in the 3rd quarter, and Clinton-Massie has the ball as they just held Steubenville. Here's the pitch coming near sideline. That is Wolf. Cannot get his shoulders turned, and he may have gained a yard.
I think the only way you run wide on this team is if you run the option play. It's just been really hard. They went unbalanced to the left, so they've got an extra lineman to the left of the center, and just try to put all that beef to that side and run wide, but just so much speed on that defense. It just makes it very, very difficult.
Gino Piro is one of those guys that can really run. I mean, sideline to sideline.
And their secondary guys, they're not overly big, but they tackle.
So it's no gain, 2nd down and 10.
Man coverage at the top.
That's going to throw. Going to go for it all. He's got his man. There is Richardson, and he's got it inside the 20. What a spectacular catch by Luke Richardson.
You could see that coming. A safety man cheated up, so there was no help in the middle of the field. DeJuan Jones has him man-to-man, and he might be their best cover corner, but so far Richardson has just whipped him. You'll see the safety man right there walk up. There is nobody back here. He's the deepest. He's just going to run right by him.
45-yard catch by Richardson. So it's 1st and 10. Inside handoff. Beam, line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Tell you, anytime they see that, I think I go back to it if you've got some kind of check to it. You have to read what that safety man's doing. You know, it's a one-man route. As much as you've controlled this line of scrimmage defensively, I'm not so sure I'm not putting a free safety in the hole back there and just taking that away from them. Because they haven't run it.
Lawrence and Williams on the tackle for the Big Red. This time they put May to the wide side of the field, top of your screen.
No help in the secondary again. Now they're going to play off coverage.
2nd down and stuffed.
Stuffed is the right word.
Wow. I mean, you just cannot run tackle to tackle right now. And Weston Trampler found out it is very difficult.
Did Trampler find out, or did Stoltz even give it to him? I don't know. They swallowed up everybody.
I think, yeah.
Watch this. Let's see who gets swallowed up here. Is it Trampler or is it the quarterback? I think it's both of them.
It's actually,
Trampler.
Yeah,
right.
He did give it to him, but oh my. There was an awful lot of white jerseys.
Blackwell, yeah, Josiah Blackwell, the end, got the penetration. So you got to bracket him this time. You got to have Petway's going to shade him on the bottom of your screen. Richardson's there, corners on him, but they're shading the safety inside the hash mark towards him. Smart move.
Stoltz near side, got it, man, and to the 11. They got about 3/4 of it, cut away with a catch.
Nice job though, taking what they give you. They played some off coverage. You know it's 4-down territory, so you get a big chunk back. Just run the slant inside. Tell you what, the outside linebacker Johnny Agresta, if he'd have taken a step out, he might have picked it and gone the other way. He just never saw it coming. So they made it a 4th and manageable here, 4th and 2.
9-yard pickup, and now 4th down and 2.
They're going to kick the field goal. All right, that makes sense. I didn't see him come in, but they are going to kick the field goal to make it a 1-possession game.
So Carlisle is in. He's had 5 field goals this season. From the 18, it's a 28-yard field goal attempt. Near hash. And it's high enough.
Got it. And
he got it. Wow, good effort by Derek Carlisle. And the 3 points is good. So now it's 36-29, and we certainly have a ball game.
But don't forget, right before halftime, Tim, it was 36-14. Steubenville could have let the clock go down. So you see the field goal attempt again. That's a tough angle, and I'll tell you, he handled it very nicely. Room to spare with the leg.
Carlisle's 6th of the year. That's impressive.
So again, let's go back. 36-14 at the end of the half. Steubenville, there was about a half-a-second differential play clock, game clock. Each team had a timeout left. Steubenville decided, for whatever reason, with 14 seconds left, when they could have let it run down as far as they wanted, they take a timeout. Clinton-Massie gets a stop. Clinton-Massie took a timeout, forced a punt. It was returned for a touchdown. They didn't make the 2-point conversion, but that made it 36-20. Touchdown on the first possession of the second half. They went for 2, didn't make it, made it 26, and now this field goal made it 29. So at 36-14, Clinton-Massie's ripped off 15 in a row.
Line drive, and it will go out of bounds.
Nice decision by Petway. You can see him looking at it going, please make sure I made the right decision here. Don't go in the end zone.
Take it out to, I believe, out to the 30-yard line. And here we go. 4:28 to go here in the third quarter.
You and I were talking during the last break, and you made a really good point that I want to bring up. You know, since Bernard went out, they've really gone away, as you see the All-Ohio players for Clinton-Massie, led by Trey Utrecht, the first-teamer. But you made a great point. With Bernard in there, they were able to run out of the eye between the tackles He had 95 yards on 12 carries in the first half. Most of their runs since then have either been the speed option or pitch plays to the outside. They've not gone back between the tackles very much. Let's see if they decide to do it on this drive.
Both these teams well represented on the All-Ohio team.
Caleb Mitchell in there as the I-back. Now he shifts out of it.
We get Augusta.
Yeah.
And he is just running out of the Wildcat. I saw this last week against Shelby in the second half, and Augusta, it can do this.
I mean, you've got that offensive line, which for the most part's done a great job tackle to tackle, just playing semi-power football. And that's all this is, just a direct snap back. This is backyard football. Direct snap back to the wide receiver. Now they go back to the eye.
Yeah,
now they shift out of it. Agresta's still the quarterback.
Yeah, Agresta for the second consecutive play is going to take it off the right side.
It looked like the left side moved, trying to pull a little early.
So they'll push it back. First penalty on this drive.
Dead ball. False start. Offense. Number 72.
That's
5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Tyler Eli, the left guard, who's done a great job pulling. We've highlighted him a couple of times. His left guard right here. He's going to get, he wants to pull early, and you saw it. He went early.
So it's second down and 9 now as Taylor goes in motion, and Davis looks to the sidelines.
I think they really had a package they liked, but now you're off schedule a little bit.
Well, that's one of the things you want to be as a defensive coordinator, is get the team off schedule. Here's penetration. Davis will break the great throw.
Now he's lost the first down, but he's picking up some blocking.
And Agresta is still on his feet. He'll be stopped at the 49-yard line. That's a big play.
All right, now see if they go back to Agresta, even though he's now touched the ball in 3 straight plays.
14 yards on the completion. And you want your playmakers at this stage of the ball game, when it's a little bit touch and go, to take the football, and that's what Agresta did right here.
Yeah, he took Passarge and just drove him off and came back to the football for an easy completion.
Midfield is where it is. It'll be first down. First down and 10. 5-man line, and Davis has got an opening. And he will not get the first down. Oh, man. I'll say you don't want to do that with your secondary, but that was a nice chunk. And Lake with the...
Jonathan Blackman put a good block, it looked like, on 55, Sam Brothers.
They gave him the 40-yard line.
Watch 48 right here. Actually, that was on the linebacker beam.
They gave him the stripe. So it's first down at the 40. Hero and Taylor and Jones come out to the wide side of the field, which is the Massey sidelines, and they'll go the other way. Short side, Davis, and he is down inside the 40. Taylor, 2.
If Utrecht doesn't make that tackle, and he barely got a hand on him, he is gone.
That's why Utrecht is first team All-Ohio. You know, his older brother played quarterback for Clinton-Massie in the first championship game back in 2012.
You saw it in that replay, how fast he came down, laterally ran that down.
Second down and 8.
Trap coming back this way.
They go to Penaway, and he tried to get outside with it, and Clinton-Massie just keeps pushing and pushing, and they brought him down right at the 36-yard line.
I mean, anytime they move that tight end to the wing left, they're coming back with him pulling and Eli pulling. There's Eli right there, 72. And it's just the 2 trap blockers, and last 2 times they've run it, Clinton-Massie hadn't been fooled a lick. Third down.
Big play here. Taylor in motion. Davis to throw. Now he's going to run with it, and he will get the first down. Good scramble by Davis.
Good decision not to force the pass, and then very patient on the run. That's a huge first down conversion for Davis.
Yeah, great decision right there.
Dalton Wolf blitz from the backside. You'll see Wolf try to track him down. Pretty nice blitz pickup by Pedway. Not a big guy, but got enough of Wolf to slow him down.
So Davis has got 3 behind him. And they move out of it.
Almost
didn't get the snap, and Pedaway goes down right at the line of scrimmage. And there's Utrecht.
Well, that was close.
That was very close. And the exchange, Demetrius almost didn't get the ball.
Watch him bobble this snap. You see it. He had to gather it in, and it just really slowed the play down. There's Utrecht making the stop. You know, Petaway, again, we're talking about running between the tackles. He's 5'7", 170, not exactly the prototypical between the tackle runner.
Bernard was 5'10", 185, who had the 95 yards in the first half.
And broke a bunch of tackles while doing it, remember?
Yeah, low pads. So Davis to throw. Near sideline, and it's complete for the first down. And there is Taylor again. He had a big first quarter.
Might be the best throw he made. I mean, that was from the far hash mark outside the numbers right. You got to have an arm now to throw this thing.
Yeah, he got it there.
Big throw.
So Taylor gets a huge first down. And what about this answer by the Big Red?
A lot of it's by Davis.
Rester will be in the slot. Petaway goes out there too, but they are going to gather them all back in again.
Better hurry here, down to underneath 10 on the play clock, and they're still not even set. And now we're going to take a timeout. Probably a wise decision.
That is a very big decision. Remember, Clinton-Massie had to take a timeout on the kick.
On the extra point, you're right.
The extra point kick. So both teams have used one here in the third. Coach Reno is going to have his say right now.
But you're right, this has been a great answer for Steubenville because every ounce of momentum has gone Clinton-Massie's way.
Yeah, they came out and scored on that first series, which, I mean, Coach McSorley talked about it with Marissa. He said that is going to be very, very important. So the timeout from Steubenville, and here is the top 10 all-time playoff, all division. Look where Steubenville is right there. 30th appearance, 3 titles, working on a 4th. They are 6th on that list. And St. Ignatius, Newark Catholic, there's some names.
Yeah,
they're very local. They were here and won.
No matter what part of the state you're from, when you hear names of the schools that are on that list, that's the first, I mean, you just think about football success, right?
And one of the big wins, and if you go through all of the bios of the Big Red players, they all said that the Cardinal Mooney win was huge. There's Petaway, and he gets inside the 15. That was a hard run down to the 13.
It was. He just doesn't have the same body type Bernard does, and just not going to break a lot of tackles. Good quickness, though. He's going to come out as Piro comes in, so they'll probably go back to the spread formation or the Wildcat, one or the other. They're going to go to the spread.
A little sugar huddle, and that was it. They are going right to the line of scrimmage on 2nd and 7.
Got man coverage.
This may be the last play if we get it off in the third.
Yeah, they haven't even blown the play in yet. The play clock isn't even running, so I don't think they're not going to run a play. They're just going to let it wind down.
They're going to wind it down. Clinton-Massie needed a huge momentum shift. They did get it here in the third quarter as they have cut that Steubenville lead down, but the Big Red are knocking on the door when we come back for the fourth quarter here in the Division IV State Championship game, led by the Big Red, 36-29. Championship game, full moon overhead at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium.
It's beautiful off to where we're broadcasting from, off to our right, and looks like it's lighting up the sky, man.
It's incredible. And how about those Big Red fans across the way? I think the whole city showed up for this one.
It's a whole bunch of them. So here we go.
Koch knows his team needs a score right here. They were blanked in the third quarter. It was 9-0 Clinton-Massie who came back in it. So it's 2nd down and 7. Line of scrimmage is the 13-yard line. And here's Davis with a block. Down to the 5, and he got in for the score. First play of the fourth quarter, and it's Javon Davis. The senior scores on the ground for the 3rd time this season, and it's a big one for the Big Red.
Great block by the right tackle, Ruben Saxon, who pulled. They faked the run to Blackman going right. Saxon pulled, and they come back going left. There's the fake. Here's Saxon out in front with the big block. And then a great run at the end. He got hit at about the 4, Tim, and just willed his way into the end zone. What a night for that kid.
He started strong, 5 for 5 in the throwing the ball in the first, and here he scores the first touchdown of the fourth quarter and extends that lead out 43-29.
See it again. Here's the fullback. They're going to fake it to him going this way. Here's Eli. He's going to pull right into the hole here, and he's just going to fake it and follow right behind. There's Eli. Bam, right there in the hole.
Steubenville, third consecutive year here in this game, this championship game, and they were derailed by Bishop Hartley out of Columbus 2 years in a row. But tonight, the Big Red lead 43-29 here in the fourth quarter.
Did anything they wanted offensively in the first half, stymied since then until that drive. And Davis with some big throws and the touchdown run. He has accounted for 5 of the 6 touchdowns, 4 passing now and 1 rushing.
Well, Clinton-Massie had 10 unanswered points. And
no,
now
more than that, because it was 36-14.
Well, the
15 unanswered.
Yes, because of Richardson's punt return touchdown. So, I mean, it was Davis's throw to Blackman with 6:44 in the second quarter. That was their last score.
And at that point, it looked like it was coming so easy they could do it anytime they wanted.
That is very true. But Clinton-Massie made it a huge game. Remember, these two teams played back in regular season 2015. Oh, it's wide open, and it looks like the Big Red have the football. And they do.
They sure do.
And it is a cover by the Big Red on the...
Javon Crawford.
Yep, it was Javon Crawford, 32, a sophomore linebacker and running back, 5'10", 175 on kickoff, and that was a great squib.
Well, I think it was Passarge. He got caught going backwards trying to block and then tried to field it like a shortstop, and it went right off his hip. They had a chance to recover it. There's Crawford on the bottom of the pile digging it out.
And here's Petaway trying the middle of the line, crossing the 45, down to the 44.
So Tavion Crawford with a huge recovery, sophomore.
So they go onside.
And I don't know if it was an intentional onside or they were just trying to squib it along the ground and it just turned into an onside.
That onside was successful.
Whatever it was, you're right, it was successful.
Crawford with the pickup. And he gives it right back to the Big Red offense.
This has got to be a 3 and out right here.
Massey a little shell shock right at the moment. Second down play. Davis again gets outside. Got a blocker in front. 20. He's going to go all the way. Touchdown. 2 in a row for Davis. And 2 in a row for the Big Red.
That one was well blocked at the point of attack. The fullback Blackman came through the hole. He was looking for somebody to hit. There was nobody to hit.
Well, Davis on his own. You talk about willing your team to a victory.
Well, that gives him darn near close to 100 yards rushing. There's a good block by Eli, 72. And look at the fullback. He's looking for somebody, anybody. Can I hit someone? You don't need to.
44 yards. And Davis is into the end zone. Here's Phillips for the extra point.
Well, you talk about
high snap.
Flows. Man, this game has gone from Steubenville dominance to Clinton-Massie taking all the momentum to get within a touchdown, and just like that, as you see the 50 points tying a Division IV title game record, and we still got 10:58 to go.
Well, the Big Red have dominated the line of scrimmage, dominated the running game and the throwing game, but Clinton-Massie certainly had a great time on the special teams, but Davis has taken over here in the quarter.
Great block downfield by Johnny Agresta, 8. You'll see it. He did a good job to stay on his cornerback, but the first big block was by Tyler Eli, the left guard, who pulled and got a piece of the end Weston Trampler, and that created the huge opening and the huge hole.
Let's go to the sideline. Marissa?
Yeah, guys, we all know how quickly momentum can change in the game of football, and that's exactly what has happened in Clinton-Massie here. His sideline reaction after Javon Davis broke through for that touchdown was absolutely deflating. A lot of looks on faces, just absolute shock, not exactly sure what even happened in those last couple of series.
It's a great way to put it. I mean, it is kind of shocking how quickly it got away from him. Davis now, by the way, 97 yards on 11 carries rushing and 2 touchdowns. and 9 of 12 for 213 and 4 touchdowns passing.
Yeah, working on an MVP game, huh?
Another
and this time
ball.
it's on another ground ball. We're playing baseball here. That one was fielded cleanly.
All right, here's the only thing for Massey. While they're out of their comfort zone now, down 3 touchdowns for a very heavily run-dominated team, although they've been very effective throwing the ball tonight. You maybe can squeeze 3 more possessions out of this game, but you got to go quickly so you can still stay with some of your run stuff, and you really have to because it's what you do, but you got to go quickly to do it.
Well, you know that they will be looking for number 2,
and
Luke
so
Richardson.
Steubenville's shading a safety that way. Petaway's over there to maybe bracket him.
Wolf and
Reverse.
motion. Here comes a reverse to Richardson, trying to get to the line of scrimmage and more. 40, 50, and out of bounds inside the 35-yard line. And
that was silly.
Yeah, it sure was.
Piro just got up and took a whack at him in the helmet for no good reason. That's just silly. Well, I'll tell you, Richardson's impressive because he's dead here. Here he comes from the wide receiver spot around, and they got him right here. I mean, he is dead. Look at 2 guys. Breaks 1 tackle, breaks another tackle. Now he's out of contain. And now you see Piro here at the end. He does a good job to make the tackle, and at the very end, he's going to get up and just take a pop at him in the helmet. Probably part of it is he's not happy about the stiff arm in his helmet, so he pops him back.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Defense number 7. It's a 15-yard penalty. Number 7's been ejected from the contest.
Wow, that's a big play right there. An ejection. So all total, 46 yards, 31 of it on the reverse by Richardson, plus the 15 yards.
Massey still 10-42. Get this one in quick. I said you got probably 3 possessions left.
Yeah, right now they have just, right now they're right down knocking on the door as the line of scrimmage is the 16.
Richardson getting a blow. He's out for the moment. They got a receiver at the bottom of the screen. That's
May.
Oberding.
Oh yeah, that's right, Oberlin. 2-11. 2 ones instead of 1. They're going to run it near side. And a Pointer gets it inside the 15 to about the 11. Christian Pointer, we highlighted him early. Senior, averages almost 7 yards per carry, has 30 touchdowns on the season.
But before that run, had 10 carries tonight for only 20 yards.
Wow.
And now you're right, the guy you just called a second ago, Corey May is coming in.
Yeah, May's in, Oberling out, and Beam is in too.
Yeah, giving Richardson maybe another snap off. He's played both ways and special teams.
Wishbone. Hand off, and there is Pointer again. And why not go to the guy that's got you here? Christian Pointer inside the 10 to the 9.
And really impressed Brandy Mitchell, who again plays the boundary corner, which is usually the short side of the field cornerback spot. He's been a really good tackler tonight.
You see that clock down on the score box, and it's not necessarily going in the Clinton-Massie way.
No, and I'm surprised they're not having a little more sense of urgency. I mentioned you can still run it if you want, but it doesn't mean you can't hurry up and do it.
They line the tight end off on the wide side.
Going to unbalance the line to the right.
Here comes a blitz up the middle, and it's there if they can get it. And I believe it's
just short, I think.
Really, really close to first down.
I think he's got to get all the way to the 6, and I think it's just inside the 7.
That's 3 consecutives by Pointer. He needs, if he could get to the 5, but now it's 4th down.
Yeah, he just got to get just to the 6-yard line, and they're just about a half a yard shy of it.
Boy, great defense by this Big Red front line. That front 7's been pretty stout all night long.
I'd run away from Lawrence, although now they're going back to the balanced look.
Here's the bone again.
First down.
There's the fullback, and
he got to the 5 almost.
Yeah, Cody Collingham, the fullback, gets the call, and they will mark it inside the 6, and it's a 1st and goal.
But again, they need to pick up the pace a little bit. Actually, that was Trampler. I thought it was Collingham too, but Trampler they had in there.
Oh, that's right.
Went with a little more size. He's 6'2", 230. Collingham's 205. So.
I thought it was 34 or 35 also, but 34.
Now Utrecht in there to play a wing back to the right, so they got a little bit bigger package in there. Trampler stays in at the fullback spot. Unbalanced line to the right.
Pointer is the I-back, and he gets the football running behind Trampler, and a very good play defensively.
Lola
is the middle linebacker, only a junior.
I mean, this is taking way too long.
Oh, yeah, but that's the offense. That's their system. But you would think that they would be hustling a little bit. Second down from the 2.
Oh, wow.
Pressure upside front, and touchdown Pointer.
Lola almost timed that snap count perfectly, but ran himself out of the play.
So Christian Pointer gets into the end zone for the score with 7:52 to play. And remember, it was a reverse to Richardson and then a 15-yard penalty, and Piro was ejected.
So now, after this extra point, if you're Clinton-Massie with 7:52 to go, you have 2 timeouts left, but your offense is so methodical. Do you almost have to think onside kick, Tim?
I might. Stoltz is going to hold. And the kick is up, and it is good. So with 7 minutes and 52 seconds left here in this 4th and final quarter, we will step aside. Christian Pointer gets into the end zone. 50-36 the score.
Dressed like a champion.
Oh, yeah.
The Hall of Fame, and we certainly want to acknowledge 2013 Hall of Fame inductee David Robinson. Dave Robinson around to talk to a lot of the fans here prior to the game.
I'm old enough to have a Dave Robinson Washington Redskins football card. He was more famous for playing with the Packers, those great Packers teams of Vince Lombardi, but also played for the George Allen over-the-hill gang of the Redskins back in the early 70s. And it's funny, I looked him up when we saw him earlier today. I said, he looks really good. We were trying to guess his age. He's 76, looks great.
70, I hope I look that good at 76, because he looks like he could play a little bit right now. Well, this Clinton-Massie
so cool
team,
that gold jacket, man.
Yeah, that's just so cool. Clinton-Massie really ate up a lot of clock right there.
So now do you think onside kick? Steubenville certainly thinking it's coming. Nope, going to kick it away.
They're going to kick it deep. Petaway is going to watch it go into the end zone. So that was a pump up. 7:52 to go. A lot of points scored. Clinton-Massie with a couple of special teams touchdowns that changed the complexion of this football game.
Thing for Clinton-Massie, though, just the way their offense is, this has to almost be a 3-and-out. You can't afford to give up a couple of first downs. At the very least, Steubenville chews a couple of 3 minutes off the clock, and you still need the football twice. And there's no guarantee you're stopping them, because you haven't done it a whole lot tonight. We'll try to go back to the eye, but without Bernard in there, they've not had great success running out of this.
First down play, Taylor in motion, and they'll hand off Petaway inside, and he burrows to about the 22-yard line.
Yeah, he's a quick guy, and he's just smaller than Bernard. And we watched Bernard, who got hurt in that first half, break through some tackles a couple of different times, really ran well. No knock on Petaway, he's just not the same size back, so they haven't gone to that I formation isolation play much in the second half.
Petaway came into the ball game with just 24 carries and 144 net yards, a couple of touchdowns. Second down and 8.
Unbalanced line to the right for Steubenville.
5-man line. Here comes Davis, and he had to throw it too early because of the pressure by Dalton Wolf.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, he's lucky in part because Lackey was right there to maybe step in front of that too. Probably a good decision that thing got thrown into the dirt. And this is what Clinton-Massie needed. We'll see it here again. Wolf puts the pressure on, and you see Lackey coming up quickly.
Well,
not much time's gone off.
Davis has thrown 7 interceptions this season, but 26 touchdowns.
He's done a great job taking care of the football.
Yeah, he's done a wonderful job all season long, and he, frankly, is the reason why it's 50-36. 2 touchdowns here in the second half.
And coverage across.
Here's Davis again, and he will spin out of it and will be short of the first down.
That was a heck of a play, though. That might have been a designed run. They almost like they saw the man coverage, try to run the the defensive backs off and let him do something in space, and I'll tell you, he almost did something in space.
Clinton-Massie wanted a hold.
He's looking to throw, but he made a really quick decision to run this too.
He spun away from the block of Saxon, and they almost got to the first down yardage. There is 4th and 2 from the 28, and Davis is back to kick to that man, Richardson.
He's got a touchdown and one back on the final play of the first half.
And Davis is going to line drive this one.
Got a little bit more into it.
And Richardson makes a very good play of just staying away from it.
They'll move that up to about the 32, 33 yard lines where the guy covering it touched it.
Yeah, they will put it at the 34. Well, stay tuned to Spectrum Sports for the Division III championship game between the Trotwood Rams and the Tri-Valley Scotties. It'll start at 8 with the OHSAA championship pregame at 7:30. It's all right here on Spectrum Sports.
And in case anybody wants to know how good Trotwood might be, they beat Pick Central, just in case you're wondering.
Yeah. And they've got a guy by the name of Hargrove.
Yeah.
As Ravian is really good and one of the top and most explosive backs that I know Skinny and I have seen.
Yeah, I mean, we did
time.
Some of his games back to his freshman year.
Stoltz's numbers are good in this one. Here's that play again, and they're going to throw it incomplete. They had it wide open. They could not contain it, and it was Derek Carlisle who nearly got it to Wolf.
Well, actually, it was Richardson. Richardson came on the end around. Here's Richardson coming on the end around.
Oh, it was Richardson. That's right.
And he just panicked.
Oh, he just threw it a little bit too soon. It was Richardson. I apologize for that.
And I watched the reaction. You can imagine because he knows he missed one. He knows it.
They had
it. Such a great game.
Yeah.
And they had it. Perfect play call, perfect design. That was a touchdown. We would have had ourselves a ball game.
Second down. Pitch this time, near side, and no running room.
That wasn't a very good cut.
No.
Should have cut it back inside. He had a couple of blockers back in there as he had the left tackle Spencer Branham.
I'll tell you
watch, this is Branham right here. Just follow him. He cuts back inside. He's at least got another 2-3 yards, and those are big ones. Been 3rd and about 5 instead of 3rd and 8. Now they're going to have to throw the football in all likelihood.
And they talk about Dan McSorley and being such a conservative coach and the wishbone and all of that, but he has really called a game here tonight.
Yeah,
I mean, he has gotten every single ounce out of his playbook.
They've been dominating at the line of scrimmage, and they're still in it.
Here comes the blitz over the middle, and it is incomplete and knocked away as May went up, and it was the intended receiver. Penaway was there to break it up, and he had help.
He and Taylor collided. That's why Taylor's slow to get up.
Yeah, Alec Taylor, as you see right there, got up.
Here's the route combination. He's just going to run right into double coverage. 1, 2.
Oof. So now what do you do? 4th down. You
have to go.
6 minutes and 3 seconds left and a timeout.
Yeah. I mean, it just goes back to, I can imagine the frustration of that Clinton-Massie sideline knowing you had a touchdown on that first play. You know you had one.
Well, they call this a injured player timeout.
I didn't see. Well, maybe it was the two defenders who were down.
That's there's still
there's still somebody down. Yeah, it's still. I think that's Taylor who's still down. It is.
Yeah.
Okay, those
Taylor.
2 first-half touchdown receptions. Now he pops up and he's limping, but he's going to walk off under his own power.
Both of these teams have really left everything out on the field, and that sounds like a cliche, but it's really true.
Well, you got a lot of these guys, I shouldn't say a lot, but at least a good number of them going both ways as well, especially the skill guys.
Yeah, and
not a ton.
I mean, this Big Red team is a dynasty.
Incredible. Look at that.
This is a list.
That's NFL now.
Yeah, led by Ryan Terry. Incredible list of guys. Eagles, Browns. I mean, so many teams that are represented there.
And you see some of the beginning of time NFL, too. The Maroons and the Yellow Jackets.
All right, 4th down. Everybody on their feet here at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium on 4th down and 8 from the 35. Schultz to throw. Nobody there, and the coverage sack.
Not sure if somebody at Wolf ran a clear route, but I'm not so sure if he hadn't stopped. He had him right at the sticks.
Williams with the sack. He had help, though, and the Big Red will turn a sack into possession.
And Steubenville got to start to feel it now. You can see, rightfully so.
Here's the play.
Two-man route to the bottom. Just not enough time to get rid of it. And really, I was watching, there was nobody open. I thought Wolf might be able to curl up at the sticks. And they got all kinds of confusion defensively now, too. I don't think they got enough guys.
Here's Davis. Stumbled. And he's at the 28-yard line, and they'll run in another player, Sam Brothers.
Yeah, I think they played that defensive series with 10 guys. They were a man short on that play.
Wow.
Brothers just came back in.
Utrecht made the tackle on 2nd down and 8 now, and the clock clearly in the favor of the Big Red.
Yeah, and Davis will get a chance to look right at the play clock on both ends of the stadium. It's down low, but he's got a clear vision of it. Snap this thing with about 2 or 1 left. They're breaking the huddle at 8. And now he's got to hurry to snap it. Got it off.
He's going to run it again. Got a good block off the left side. And Lake brings him down. It's going to be 3rd down and short for a first, but they're just running clock right now, and it's coming down to the 5-minute mark.
Davis, 213 yards passing. Now 109 yards rushing, and he's accounted for 6 touchdowns.
Incredible. What a day. What a night. I think Steubenville has 11. I don't know if Blackman knows the play.
He's actually going to line up as the tailback, or he was. Now they'll shift out of it to the gun.
2-1 on the clock.
Didn't get it off.
Oh, they didn't get it off. Nope.
Or they got a timeout, one or the other. Nope, going to get a delay. Well, I think one official was blowing the whistle for the timeout. Nope, got the delay.
Delay game on the offense, number 6. It's a 5-yard penalty.
Confusion right
3rd
there.
down.
So mark it at 4:28 to play in the ball game. 3rd down and 7 now.
Yeah, you see the shift. That's Blackman who came in the game. He was shifted, and then they try to shift back. And right now you're down to about 3 on the play clock. 2, 1, 0. Too late. Going to run the option out of it.
So now they play trips to the far side.
I think this is going to be a quarterback draw. Nope, option.
And Agresta, just a little wildcat that time. And now
Clinton-Massie going to burn.
They're going to burn one with 3rd down coming up.
Timeout. Clinton-Massie. It's their 2nd charge timeout.
Here it is, just a quick option play. Agresta makes a quick decision on it, makes the right decision. Got a nice gainer. So it'll be 4th and about 2, and you got to think Steubenville goes because the 1st down basically salts this thing away.
Yeah, if they get one more 1st down, they have possession for at least another minute or 2. But I mean, with 4:19 to play, I mean, they have dominated the line of scrimmage. They lost in 2015, 31-28 to Bishop Hartley. Last year it was 24-21 to Bishop Hartley. 3rd time a charm.
It's looking that way.
Looking pretty good right now. As the Steubenville Big Red have been in this championship game 3 consecutive years. How about those 20 seniors have been in this title game?
It's a lot of football, too. I mean, if you think of all the playoff games, I mean, you're playing 5 a year. You played 15. Almost an extra season and a half in your career.
15, 3 years in a row.
Right.
Incredible. That's 45 football games.
That's a bunch.
That's almost NFL-ish. All right, 4th down.
Brought an extra lineman in the backfield. They got Agresta deep out of this. This is an interesting formation. Brought 2 linemen in. They got Lawrence, the big defensive tackle, and Moore, the nose tackle, in there as fullbacks. And they split them out a little bit.
Grester. And he is going to be stopped behind the line. And so Clinton-Massie, with all that bulk in there, Utrecht comes blowing through, and he makes the tackle, and the Falcons will get the football back.
Kind of tipped their hand a little bit that they were running that way. There's the 2 big guys. That's the two defensive linemen, Quentin Moore, who goes 235, and Lawrence, who goes 280. They brought him in there, and they were just going to run student body right. But you mentioned Utrecht from the backside. If you've got one more trick play in you, this is where you run it on first down. Do you have one more in you?
Stoltz will break him
look
out.
at this. They're going to completely bracket the coverage on Richardson at the bottom of your screen. Got a corner up and a safety straight behind him. You can't even see the safety. He's right down from him.
Stoltz is going to throw, and the flag comes out. And it's a completed pass to the near sideline.
That's in the area of offensive
that is
holding.
Beam. So Tyler Beam gets into the act, catches the pass, but it's going to go against Massey.
Holding on the offense, number 65.
Wow.
10-yard penalty, first down.
Matt Phillips, right guard, the junior.
This is an interesting alignment. Watch right here. These two guys are responsible for that guy. And that's pretty smart.
He's had an unbelievable game.
Try there, you see they got a chance to get it out in the flat.
So it goes back 10, first and 20 from the 15. And here is Stoltz again, going to run the screen.
Great play.
And he does get to the line of scrimmage, but nothing more than that. And they try to get the ball out to Weston Trampler. He catches it, but no gain.
It's because Lola diagnosed that. They had that set up, the throwback screen, and they had some blockers out in front, but Lola read it quickly and was able to get there as the pass hung in the air on the throwback.
So second down, clock's at 3:33.
Having a hard time getting the personnel they want in the game, and need to pick up the pace.
Overding comes in. Utrecht's in there too.
Yeah, he is. So
Max protect here, I think.
Let's see, they got Oberding to the right.
Oh, single coverage near sideline.
Yeah, Richardson's bunched to the left. He's very tight on the left side, but they got him bracketed. Here he comes in motion.
He gets the football, and he lost the football, got it back, but a great play off the edge. My goodness, what a great play.
Josiah Blackwell, I think, is the guy that got in there. They just, you know what that is, Tim? That's going, here's my best athlete. I'm going to try to get him in space and have him make a play.
Well, and you should.
Watch Blackwell, 24.
Oh, nice play. That was set up. Third down now. And 23.
I think my best bet, even though he's getting bracketed, is just tell Richardson, run a 9 route. I'm going to throw it to you, and you're going to make me a play.
He's got May over there, too, and they'll stack them.
Yeah, they got 3 covering 2. You can see the 3 defenders very well on the top of your screen.
Richardson in motion. Stoltz is going to throw it.
Nobody there.
And nobody there. Incomplete over the middle, and it'll be fourth down now with 2:20 remaining in the ball game.
Got to go.
You got to take it. You got to go. And for a first down now.
They got a lot to get to the 23 yards worth.
Yeah, 2 zip codes out to the 35-yard line.
I'm going back to this. I'm just going to flank him out as far as I can, knowing that Steubenville wisely is going to put 2 bracketed on him. Try to not let him get as deep as the deepest, but I'm still throwing the football to him. He's going to the top, and you'll see the bracket coverage. There'll be a corner up on him, and another one straight behind him. You can see it at the top of your screen.
Stoltz going to throw, and he will throw to the far side, and it is incomplete.
I'll tell you, the reason it's incomplete, what a great job at the line of scrimmage by the guy that picked him up right there, Jonathan Blackman. He jammed him, the outside linebacker, put a great jam on him, and you can hear it, celebration time for Steubenville.
On that fourth down play.
Here it is again. Watch this jam. He can't get off the line of scrimmage, and the pass is thrown almost before he can get out of his break.
Yeah, that
great job by Blackman.
One little hit.
Yep.
And that threw him off, and he could not get to the spot. I mean, it was a good throw by Stoltz.
Yeah,
he was thrown to a spot.
Throw it to a spot, exactly right, Tim. And it's just a timing thing, and guess what? The timing got messed up because Blackman got the jam on it.
And usually Blackman is just on the other side of the ball on the offense.
Yep.
He's in there now.
Had that touchdown on the screen pass back in the first half.
So Davis under center, first down as they take over on the 13-yard line. 2:14 to go. and they will go up the middle, and there's Blackman, and he will spin to the 9, maybe to the 8.
You know what? That's a reward. Say, you know what?
Why
You
not?
did such a good job on that last defensive play. We'll give you a rare carry, and he made the most out of it.
Carried by number 48, John.
Only he came into the ball game with 48 carries and 427 yards. He's got a touchdown today.
Yeah, on that screen, it was a great run.
Clock running. Steubenville can feel it.
One timeout left for Clinton-Massie, but probably not going to use it.
Twins to the far sideline. Davis hands off to Petaway, and he will barely get a yard. But that clock just keeps running. 1:25 to go. Coach Reno can feel it. So can the players after 2 consecutive years here. And there is the timeout by Clinton.
They did use it. Gonna fire every bullet. I give him credit for that. You go back, Tim, that trick play where Richardson had Wolf open, man, that's the one if you're Clinton-Massie you'd love to have back because it was a touchdown. We'd be in a one-possession game right now. But this Steubenville offense behind Davis, he was good from the jump tonight.
He was.
Very accurate.
And 5 for 5 in that first quarter. I mean, that was just so impressive. And overall, the guy has just, I mean, can you believe 459 total yards?
And he's accounted for 300 plus of that. He is 9 of, in the game, he is 9 of 13 for 213 passing, and he's rushed it 14 times for 111. That was after Bernard, the tailback, had 95 in the first half before he left with injury.
And give credit to Coach Reno and that staff over there. They went with the guys that, you know, your playmakers. And Davis was the hot playmaker tonight. Minute 20 to go. Third down play. Play clock running. Trips to the near sideline.
See if they run Davis again on kind of a quarterback counter
really
here.
Spread him. They put a man in motion. And here's Davis. And he will just lean past the 10 and let that clock run.
That's about as safe as you can get. Got it in the guy's hands you trust. Don't have to worry about a handoff. And he's made some big runs, so a good safe call.
Fourth down.
Yep, they'll go for it. Really inconsequential here with under a minute now.
Can you believe how Steubenville has been so resilient? I mean, they took out Mooney, their nemesis, 19-14. And then Perry, Shelby, they had to come back with a couple of scores in the fourth quarter. Tonight, they just jumped on Clinton-Massie early in this football game. But give credit to the Falcons coming back in this game, and they used every ounce that they had. And Steubenville will call a timeout with 38 seconds to go. And the cheers from across the way. And in 35 years, Coach Reno, I mean, he's just had such a great career, and he's going to get another championship.
300+ wins. They're going to get him already with the bucket. I think if I'm a coach, I'm going to say, hey, not yet, guys. You can get me at the end. Don't get me in the middle of a timeout. Make me stand out here in the cold. Here you see the wet back. I think that might bring a smile. Brings a chill. You saw him. He kind of shivered there. And there's the look on the other side. Good run for Clinton-Massie, though.
Oh, it's just an exceptional run.
And this isn't, I mean, this is 16 straight playoff appearances, Tim.
That's right. I mean, both of these teams, and there's a smile from Coach Reno. Both these teams have won the big trophies before. Between the two of them, they got 5.
Yep.
Steubenville wants a 4th. So 4th down. And they'll hand off this time. Petaway trying for the end zone, trying for the first down. And he's going to be inside the 2, and I think that may be enough for the first down.
Yeah, I believe it is. I think
and if it is, it's going to be a victory celebration, victory formation for this Steubenville Big Red team.
They could take a knee at this stage. I think that's what Coach Reno's walking up to say. I mean, they could score if they wanted, but they're going to victory formation.
This is victory. They need one more guy on that line, and we got plenty of time to get him in there. And
I think it's a kid they wanted to get in the game, Tim. It looked like Zach Exie, excuse me.
And there you have it. Steubenville avenges 2 consecutive losses in the state championship game the last 2 years and wins the title in Division 4. Steubenville 50 and Clinton-Massie 36.
That's quite a season. You know their talent level. You know they've done this before. But man, oh man, Tim, you get through a season undefeated in any division of high school football, that's quite an accomplishment. And that's the Steubenville side. Those are tears of joy, in case you're wondering.
Incredible resilience by this team. 2 shocking losses in the game 2 years in a row. And here tonight, that's what it's all about. A championship going to Eastern Ohio. The Big Red of Steubenville goes to 15-0.
First team All-Ohio player, the big nose tackle Quentin Moore.
Both teams shaking hands. I'll tell you what, there's disappointment on the Clinton-Massie sideline, but there you go. They put it all on the line on both of them, and Utrecht was one of the guys, and Trey Utrecht, the senior middle linebacker, played both sides. Let's go to the sideline.
Coach, congratulations. Each of the last 2 years, you're the Division 4 state runner-up, but this year, you're going out as state champions. Have to imagine this feels pretty good.
Well, that's the first time last year's been mentioned all year, but I know where you're coming from, and I just want to thank these players and our coaches. At the end of that first half, we were begging for people. We had so many key guys out that, but they found a way.
Can you just tell me how great your team's resiliency and guts were, especially in the second half?
I mean, you saw. We had guys that never played before, and they did a great job, and we appreciate it.
I have to ask you about your quarterback. And just the performance Javon was able to put out there. How special of a night did he have for you?
He had a great game. Everybody had a great game. I'll never pick one person over the other. Everybody had a great game. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
A championship for Steubenville, and what an effort tonight. As you look at the game summary, 50-36 your final. Davis, 213 yards passing with 4 touchdowns. He also ran it for 111 yards and 2 scores. Accounted for 6 touchdowns tonight. How about Alec Taylor?
Wonder who the player of the game would be, huh?
Yeah. And over on the Massey side, how about Luke Richardson? 3 receptions, 110 yards.
And the punt return for the touchdown and the long reverse run. I mean, he was outstanding. The one play he'd love to have back was that reverse pass. He didn't hit the Dalton Wolf.
That is very true. But Steubenville, with their 21st undefeated season, I mean, that is incredible.
Amazing.
A dynasty continues. Back to the field, and let's go back to Marissa.
Alec, your senior year, finally getting over that hurdle, going out as a state champion. Can you put into words just what you're feeling right now?
It's just unbelievable. We've worked so hard these past 4 years, actually since we've been in 7th grade, lifting weights, and just finally paid off.
Can you tell me just about the night that you guys had on offense, especially the way you and Javon were able to hook up?
We just trusted our coaches. They always tell us, we trust you, have trust in us, and that's what we did.
Alec, and I have to ask, just this team's resiliency to the entire postseason, what has been so special about just this team as a whole?
We're brothers. No matter what, we're always there to pick each other up, and we're just one strong unit.
Big congratulations. Go celebrate.
Thank you.
He had a big hand in it, didn't he?
5 catches, 83 yards, 2 touchdowns. Not bad. Most of that damage actually in the first half.
It certainly was, and he had a terrific game at the other end of those passes by Davis, who was 9 of 13 for 213 yards and 4 scores. And, he was only sacked once, and that line of scrimmage was owned by Steubenville most of the night.
Most of the night, it really was. You know, it would have been interesting if Bernard had stayed in there. I think they could have stayed with some of those runs, some of those isolation plays between the tackles. When he went out, it changed their game plan a little bit. We saw him go to the Wildcat with Agresta. We saw a lot more design runs for Davis, the quarterback, and I'll tell you what, he came through with those design runs.
Most points in a championship Division IV game, 50 of them.
It's not bad.
No, not at all, my friend. Not at all. And, you know, Javon Davis getting a lot of congratulations, and rightfully so. That's 5'9", 165-pound senior. Lived up to the billing tonight.
Yeah, first team, or actually, excuse me, a third-team All-Ohio selection at quarterback, and showed he certainly was well-deserving. He made some big throws. I mean, look, the screen pass, that's a lot of running by Blackman, but for the most part, some of the throws he made, running left, having to throw as a right-hander going that way on a dime. That one long throw he made in the second half on that key touchdown drive, he threw it from the left hash mark to the outside, the numbers on the right. That was a big-time throw as well. Just a great performance.
And the one-hander by Johnny Agresta, too.
That was pretty nice, too.
In the first half, that was a heck of a
there were
catch.
a lot of great individual plays in this game by both teams.
So the Big Red celebrating, no question, a fourth championship, and just an outstanding night of football here in Canton. And you think about how many different ways these two teams attacked this game. I mean, special teams was a big part of it. And now let's go to the field for the trophy presentations.
The Board of Directors will present the 2017 Division IV State Runner-Up Trophy to the Falcons from Clinton-Massie High School.
How about your Falcons? Are they the pride of Clinton County? Falcons, only 2 teams earned the right to play on this field for the Division IV State Championship. Only 2 teams. You were one of those teams. You earned that right. You have had an outstanding season. You are a proud program, and you should hold your heads up high. You were state champions in 2012. You were state champions in 2013. And you will be taking back to Clinton County more hardware for your school's trophy case. On behalf of the Ohio High School Athletic Association and all of our member schools, we are proud to present to you the Division IV State Runner-Up Trophy. That's it.
Congratulations, guys. Rejoin your team.
Terrific accomplishment for the program. Since 2012, Richard, you think about it, 2 state championships and a runner-up. That's impressive.
It is, and this as well to add to it. There's no feeling. Not winning this, it always hurts until about a year or 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 years later you go, number 2 in the state just isn't that bad. It doesn't feel good tonight. You can see the look on some of those players' faces because you probably let the game get away from you in the first half a little bit. You kind of wanted like maybe a little bit of a do-over. You don't get that in sports. You get one crack at it, and it is hollow to say hold your head up. As long as you know you did everything.
And
I think they did. They fired the reverse pass. They fired every bullet. Steubenville was better, and tip your cap there. And just as a coach myself, I can look at the other side and go, you know what, you're better. Congratulations to you. My kids did everything they could do.
Terrific season, runner-up in the state, out of Clinton County. The Falcons of Clinton-Massie.
And I like the fact that Dan McSorley does it his way without it. He just says, you know what, you can take your spreads, I'm going to take my offense, and I'm going to win, and he's won consistently big at it.
So the championship trophy about to be presented, and let's go to the PA
One more
once again.
Time. Do you love your Big Red? Gentlemen, this is what you worked for. This is what you fought for. In 2015, you exited the field as state runner-up. In 2016, you exited the field as state runner-up. Today, on this day, you will leave as state champions. You will walk off as undefeated state champions. You will always be able to walk the walk, talk the talk, and live the rest of your life as a state champion. On behalf of the Ohio High School Athletic Association and all of our member schools, we are proud to present to you your first state championship trophy since 2006.
Fourth state championship for the Steubenville Big Red, an undefeated season. They just did it all in avenging those 2 losses the last 2 years, and they culminated with a championship tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they can run it. We saw they can throw it. They do enough defensively, and, man, you got to do a little bit of that if you're going to go 15-0. You might be able to win a state championship doing a little bit, but they do a lot of it, and that gets you to an undefeated state championship season.
No question, no question. Thanks, Richard. It's just another exceptional performance tonight by Steubenville. Tonight's final score, Steubenville 50 and Clinton-Massie 36. Don't miss the Division III championship game between the Trotwood Rams and the Tri-Valley Scotties at 8 tonight.